boarding play, playing the libero or sweeper role for Bayern Munich. He had to act as a more traditional centre-back for the national team, though. West Germany fell short, losing in the final to England, but you already know that. Despite revenge over England in the quarters 4 years later, a game in which Beckenbauer was keen to get stuck in, West Germany were knocked out by Italy in the semi-finals. At 25 years old, he had a bronze medal, a silver medal, and the gold was coming. In 1974, West Germany didn't lose a single game on their way to winning their first title. And to top it all off, it was on home soil. And this was the team they beat to it, their fierce, total footballing rivals, the Netherlands, a team fronted by Johan Cruyff. Beckenbauer shocked the world when in 1977, aged just 32, he retired from international football to go and play for the New York Cosmos. The world went mad. But when you're going to go and be teammates with this guy, I mean, yeah, fair. Beckenbauer did come back to the West Germany national team, but as a manager in 1986. His task, get through the World Cup without embarrassment. But they reached the final and only lost to Argentina and their iconic captain, who, let's be honest, at the time was unstoppable. Beckenbauer returned for one final World Cup at Italia 90, where he got his revenge. West Germany beat Argentina in the final, and Beckenbauer became, at the time, only the second man after Brazil's Mario Zagallo to win the World Cup both as player and manager. So across 5 World Cups as a player and manager, he got a bronze medal, 2 silvers, and lifted the cup twice. That smile tells you everything you need to know.
Oh. I mean, really. I don't know what to say, Charlie.
I'm going to cover my mouth and say it.
I think that's a good idea. And then the referee, who shouted a bit like a 3-year-old at
Ivan Barton. Ivan Barton
he
was
stole
that
my digger. Hey,
I've got my digger.
He did it. I saw him do it. I got him
Do it.
God, that was so much fun. Anyway, look, we can't do the
He could do the go get it. I think that referee could do the go get it.
Let's get him in. Let's get him in. I don't believe I can start the show.
What is this now? This is new music. Let's try it again. What is this?
Do you know what this is? This is Ski Sunday, but we can't afford the rights, isn't it?
yeah.
That's
Horse of the Year show, but we haven't got the actual music.
Do you know me, Charlie? If we did 3 hours on the Horse of the Year show today, that would be impressive, wouldn't it?
We'd like to do that.
I would. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not out of my depth most of the time, but I'd struggle by hour 3.
What would you do? What would you do hour 1? An introduction.
I don't think I've got
an
3 hours.
Introduction to the Horse of the Year show. All the runners and riders. They have runners and riders. An expert on to talk us through them. Rupert Bell.
Do you think you've got 3 hours of equestrian?
And then middle hour, previous Horse of the Year show winners.
Of course, yeah. We could talk to Nigel Whittaker.
Someone could do a sideways look at the Horse of the Year show in the second hour.
Idea. Who's the zany? Who's looking at the zany?
The zany Horse of the Year guy.
We build up to a phone-in where Jason Cundy is dressed as the other horse, don't we? I just can't catch a break. I just dressed as the other horse.
I just pulled it out of the bag.
Really
Very
enjoying that
Jason
stuff.
Very good.
Anyway, come on. Can we get...
What is this now? Okay.
Here we
Red card.
suddenly this is what they inject into Jed Spence before he runs at 2,000 miles an hour when he gets onto the pitch. It's amazing. He's like Roadrunner. Here we go, team. Focus, everybody. It's the warm-up on talkSPORT, wherever you are in the world. It might be 2 a.m. where you are. It is where I am. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our biggest sports radio station. It is talkSPORT. I'm Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 20th of June, 2026, and at 18 o'clock, it's Netherlands v Sweden in the 2026 World Cup. It's on talkSPORT. It's presented by the best in the business. Forget it. Give it all you got and then forget about what you got. It's Adrian, the best in the business, Durham. Commentary from Jim. Forget about the business. Commentary from Jim, Torquay United Proudfoot, and former England captain Stuart Psycho Pearce, the OB producer. Oh, it's Declan McCarthy. Go get it! And then at 21 o'clock, it's Germany with the Ivory Coast, the Côte d'Ivoire. In the 2026 World Cup, it's live on talkSPORT. Presented by Hugh Woozencraft. Commentary from Kevin Hatchard. And former England striker Darren Benty Bent, the OB producer. It's a new one. Oh! It's Kevin Hatchard. Hatchard, cats and dogs.
He painted kids on the corner of the street with sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them factory gates to paint his...
Hatchard men and Hatchard cats and dogs. Go get it! And then at 1 a.m. it's Ecuador versus Curacao in the 2026 World Cup on talkSPORT. Presented by Ben Fletcher. Commentary from Flo Pollock and former Arsenal winger Perry, the Laprat Groves, the OB producer. Oh, it's Flo Pollock. Orinoco float. Orinoco float. Orinoco float. Pollock. It's a World Cup. Go get it! And then at 5 o'clock, it's Tunisia v Japan in the 2026 World Cup on talkSPORT. Presented by Ben Fletcher. Commentary from Adam Bridge and former Nottingham Forest defender Luke Chambers, the OB producer. Oh, it's Adam Bridge. Get it! It's big ticket live World Cup action you can't afford to miss.
Oh, good stuff. Shawnee writes, Max going berserk, singing quietly so he doesn't wake the bear.
Yeah,
yes, I believe in news in The Odd Couple Living Together here in Los Angeles, Barry just got in. He didn't seem right for on air. I think that's...
He's just got in.
He got in, yeah.
Oh.
So at the end of our pod recording, there's a left turn to the bar that Barry likes. So I go straight on, and he goes left, and then
like on a plane. Like on a plane.
Barry
like always turns left on a plane.
Sean in Crew says, OMG, absolutely scrapped the entire script. I would listen to for hours of you pair doing Enya.
Enya, when you see Enya in the Go Get It, it's all. What did you think of Kevin Hatchard's music, Max? That was you were asleep, so we had to just decide.
No, that's absolutely fine. But I'm really happy with that. As we noticed, because I am in the hotel room next to Barry Glendenning, I start, even though he's awake and pottering around the kitchen, I start whispering, and as the show continues, I lose the shackles.
Yeah,
of thinking I might wake him up because I want to be polite.
You'll be handbrake off for the second hour of the Horse of the Year show that we're doing.
I noticed this, that Cass said he thought Mark Gahey would be a shoehorn into the England side. Not a shoe-in, but a shoehorn. Yeah, which is a useful... I mean, I would call a shoehorn a luxury player. It's like...
Surely if you're shoehorning something in, you're like really forcing it in. You need help putting it in. Do you need help putting it in? 8-10-89.
Also... this doesn't quite work, but there's something poetic about Miguel Almiron being the first player to be sent off who covered his mouth, because he is the footballer who looks most like a ventriloquist dummy. And that doesn't... Do you know what I mean? Like, I always thought this.
That is the best joke you've ever told.
Yeah, just an observation, really.
On this show, man.
Do you know what I mean? Just sitting on your knee.
You can see him
Miguel
sat on
Almiron.
someone's knee. Get back in the box. Exactly. I don't want to get back in the box. Yeah. Covering up his mouth.
He wouldn't cover up his mouth, would he?
No.
Because the ventriloquist it doesn't quite work, but there is some...
But the whole point is the ventriloquist isn't covering their mouth. So that would get you a red card in ventriloquist circles. It's like, well, we can't see your lips moving because you've got your hand in front of your face.
And that ref would go again. Can we play that ref again? I love this ref. Have a listen to this ref.
He's good for the go-get-its.
Number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
Come on, PGMOL, listen to that. That is better than after review. That's what I want. I want Craig Pawson yelling.
I think that would be a great intro to some sort of rave track or some sort of heavy metal track. If people want to suggest songs that we can drop in after that man.
That's a great idea.
After Ivan Barton does that would be great fun, wouldn't it? So suggest songs 8-10-89, then we'll play that, and then hopefully try and drop the song. I mean, that's
is that Ivan Barton?
That's Ivan Barton. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't sound like an Ivan Barton, but
in the WhatsApp group, I messaged producer Reese to say, presume we've got cricket updates, and he said Ivan Barton, and I was like, we've got a new reporter at the cricket. This is exciting, but maybe Ivan Barton is doing the cricket updates for us, and I would really like that. Listen, I've got a text topic because I know
great.
I know we need to get on with the show.
Get on with it.
I
had a game of football. Got a Horse of the Year show to cover.
I played a game of football today, Charlie, this morning. I mean, hours ago now. One of these where you just get on an app. I'd never done it before, but you get on an app and they say, you
meet
play
some guys in some toilets. I've heard about this app.
Yeah, there was no football. That was the only thing I thought.
Everyone was getting changed.
It's strange, but I just thought that's how the game works in this country. No,
it's weird. It's different.
You sign up and and basically you sign up and there's 9 aside and it all fills up, and then somebody's the manager, and so I think he gets a free game, but he has to organise everything. Anyway, we're just there warming up. I'm there with Lloyd Griffith was doing it.
Oh, great.
So Lloyd and I went down. A few of the Guardian guys came with me. Ben Fisher from The Guardian, friend of the show, was there. And Ben just goes, oh, look, Danny Cipriani's here. And I just thought, someone who looks like Danny Cipriani is playing. And then as I got closer to him, I was like, he really looks a lot like Danny Cipriani. He looks so much like Danny Cipriani in the fact that it was Danny Cipriani who just happened to live in LA, and he just got on the app and he joined. So we had a game. He's a very good footballer, good left foot. He was good in goal, really caught the ball well. He must have played some sort of sport before.
Kept putting it over the bar, the only thing.
But I just thought we could do the text topic. I turned up and they were playing.
That's nice.
Is it good? Yeah.
Very nice.
So there we go. I
choked on a cereal bar when Max dropped the Alma online. Worth the near-death experience. Very nice. So we've got a few people. Got to be. Some people want Firestarter after that. Jungle is massive. That would be good. Yeah, we'll line a few of these up.
Yeah, good idea.
Dream Fever by the Sunday Dread Collective. Don't know what that is, but Jack, you've requested it. It's going to happen.
Could be a risk. Yeah, okay. So 8-10-89, I turned up and they were playing. 8-10-89, that's a good text topic, isn't it, Charlie?
Oh, it's really good, Max. Superb.
Yeah. And it
sounds like, because it shows that you played football as well.
Mm-hmm. That's good. My heat map was small. Hips are killing me now.
Hips don't lie either.
Yeah, and there were 3 young, low centre of gravity players down the right. A Mexican guy going, tranquilo, tranquilo.
You're never getting it off him. You're never getting it off him, ever.
No, absolutely
Where
not.
did Lloyd play in goal?
Lloyd played in goal. Got a good touch, came out. Yeah, no, good player. Okay, 8:10. I've got things to do. Barca Jim's going to join us in just a second. We'll talk about that Scotland defeat to Morocco. It is Max and Charlie. Who's anyone sponsoring this nonsense at the moment? They don't appear to be. So, well, they will be in a
Someone
bit.
is. We've got quite a lot of sponsorship, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a few little bits, haven't we? But I was waiting to say
Duracell pulled the sponsorship out after 1 week. Did we not say enough people were?
I think that's tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? I'm not sure.
I better shut
Anyway,
up.
this show is brought to you by absolutely no one. It's Max and Charlie with you till 1.
Number 10, far away, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
Well, we're talking about Arsenal because the press are talking about Arsenal.
Squeezed Arsenal into a World Cup show.
You're about to hear. Are you Arsenal in disguise? In the Daily Mail. Yeah, we're going there. We're going there.
Who's written that? Is that you? Is that by Laura Cook Francis?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's my first line in the Daily
well
Mail.
done. Congratulations.
The Nation joins Gunners fans in praise of Rice's corners.
Oh, come on. This is... Benty and I were out hobnobbing with the Rich and Famous last night, or maybe Rich and Shameless, and we were talking to Piers Morgan.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he asked the same question about Declan Rice's corners, and I'm like, he's just taking the corner, the fella.
Mate, no.
I love Declan. You know that.
Hey,
but unless you've got Harry Kane running onto it, a corner's only as good as the finish.
No, well, look at Arsenal been doing all season, and people have criticised Arsenal for that.
You just bullied goalkeepers, just smashed goalkeepers out of the way.
That's so right. So the hypocrisy here is loud and clear. In the Daily Mail, which I've just messed up there, they're calling it dark arts in praise of the dark arts that England have employed at corners, which we've been very vocal about.
We're not doing those corners at the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly same.
Declan's doing outswingers.
Did you see the amount of... So Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when it's an in-swing, everyone's smashing into the keeper. These are outswings. Harry Kane's running onto them.
Now, all the blocks, I saw the blocks the other night, England.
Yeah, so just to be clear, corner's good, but corner's not good when Arsenal do it. In-swing are good, outswing are bad.
Unless Harry Kane's on the end of him,
So, safe to say, according to you, and I think I speak on behalf of Arsenal Nation here, I'm not allowing you to enjoy us having corners, if that's all right. So as far as you're concerned, it was 3-2.
I'll speak on the rest of the nation, right? And I don't like your attitude.
I love it.
Yeah, I the hypocrisy.
No, here's what's going to happen. Yep. So you, of course, won't remember, and neither will I, but in 1966, when England won the World Cup, right? Jeff Hurst scored 3 and Martin Peters scored the other one, and Bobby Moore lifted it. And West Ham, for years, were like, West Ham won the World Cup. And this is exactly what you're doing now with Arsenal.
It is exactly what we're doing.
Right.
But
Declan Rice took a corner. Now, I love Declan, so I don't want to say this, but out of everyone that played, who got the lowest marks?
You don't believe that?
I don't believe that.
Declan was...
those to be made for history to be written. Is tonight the night? We will find out.
One of the best teams in the world, and we're disappointed we never took anything for the game.
Early ball to Saibari, who's kept himself onside and smashes it into the net. A minute and 10 seconds have been played, and Scotland are 1-0 down already.
Keep the head, stay composed, stay compact.
And all of Scotland's nerves, frailties, memories of disappointments from the past have come to the fore again here. But there is a heck of a long way to go.
I think on another day we could have got some decisions going our way, but it hasn't happened. We'll look at what we can do better.
Can he force his way through here, John McGinn? Oh, is he caught on the edge of the box? That's a massive decision.
Well, for all the world, from here it looks like a penalty. Come right across him and wiped him out.
Andy Robertson, Scotland, Tominay goes down, and again no penalty is given. What a moment in the game.
But you can feel now the rage coming from the Tartan Army.
And that is it. Scotland are beaten in Boston. It will go to the final match round in Miami against Brazil, an iconic venue against an iconic footballing nation.
Sad times.
Till one, Scott and West Brom on the ref. On the ref who shouted, he covered his mouth and he's off. I think the ref should be hired to deliver all bad news. Your nan is dead and she left you nothing. He made me laugh. Anyway, let's talk to a friend of the show from the RGC Celtic podcast, Scotland fan, Pastor Jim Burke. Hey, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Hello. I'm going to put my cards on the table, lads.
Yeah.
I've been better.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
Okay. I'm afraid that banking apps are great, but they are terrible grasses, right? They are terrible grasses. So I had a look at how many Sharky's bar entries there was between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. So at least I know that I've earned how I feel. I'm sitting outside Glasgow Sheriff Court by the Clyde.
Just to get arrested because you know you did something wrong.
I'm just waiting for them to come and get me. I'm just waiting for them to come and get me. I'll be honest, at 72 seconds, I would have happily traded a body part for a 1-0 defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was going to be an absolute shellacking. And as it turned out, I have to say that I would have taken 1-0 before the game started, because of the two games, this is the one that I was convinced we were never going to get anything from. So I'm disappointed, but as I say, if you'd said to me even at full time in the Haiti game, would you take 1-0 on Friday night, I would have bit your arm off for it. So, but we were poor again. We weren't as poor, but we're still not being the best version of us that we can be. And that's a wee bit disappointing. But that could be something to do with the 1.5 gallons of beer that I drank last night. It could be to do with that. But no, I'm a bit disappointed, to put it mildly.
I just sort of felt like there was a head of steam, right? In this, not your head, Jim, but just in the second half, you sort of felt, well, hang on, something's coming here. It's building. Morocco are getting deeper, and there just wasn't the moment. Do you know what I mean? There just wasn't the chance, the one thing. There were the penalty shouts, and I think you're a bit unlucky, is what I think. I don't think they were absolute stonewallers. I sort of think maybe clear and obvious, blah, blah. If they're given, they won't be overturned. I thought you were a little bit unlucky, but there was just no moment where you were like, this could happen. And I was willing it just for what the noise would be like in that stadium.
Strangely enough, I mean, this sounds a strange thing to say. I don't think we, quotation marks, would have deserved a penalty, as in, that it would have been a reward for a lot of chances created. And I mean, I know football doesn't work like that, but I'm not really aggrieved. I mean, I think if we had a sponsored, I've seen them given, if somebody put £1 for charity for every time a pundit said, I've seen them given. Of course you've seen them given, but I don't think we did enough I don't think we did enough to really. I mean, that first half. I mean, getting to half time 1-0 down. I mean, I was jubilant. You know, just getting to, you know, because some guy behind me said, and you never want anybody to say this at a game, if we can only get to half time. Right? And I turned, and I have to tell you, right, I don't know who the guy is, and maybe he's listening, but I kind of need to apologise to him, right? Because there was a lot of words that you can't say on the radio, right? Because that's just, but no, I'm disappointed. We now roll on to the, if it stays like this, Scotland are through game during the week. We now roll on to that. Again, I am hoping for the worst game in World Cup history that ends 0-0.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I want now. I want us to be ugly. I want it to be horrible. I want people to say this is a game that would get football shut down. I want all of those cliches, right? As long as we get a point for the game.
Who could Brazil get if they come second? Do we know that, Max? Is that
no? Don't ask me. It's half 2 in the morning. So many groups. Someone from Group Z.
I think the problem is, Jim, is that you had nothing on the bench, because if you play Ben Gannon-Doak from the start, you can't bring Ben Gannon-Doak off the bench, can you, to be the energy and the pace. So when you brought on your subs, it was like, well, this has added nothing. These are players that run backwards, you know, and are slower than the ones you brought off. So you sort of go.
I hope they're not listening, Charlie.
Well, the squad isn't there, is it? You know,
no,
do you think it's expectation, or do you think they're nervous, or do you just think the other team was that much better?
I think it's a combination of all of that. I mean, we don't have a world-class player, really. We don't have a genuine world-class player. Our mutual friend, Ellis James, you know, he's had some great times following Wales because of Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
Right? They had a guy who when, like a game last night, if that's Wales 5 years ago, even at 1-0, you're thinking, Gareth can get us some here. Right? We you know, and that's the thing. Scotland at a major tournament, we've never had our moment. Do you know what I mean? We've never had a game that we've won that's sent the country wild. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we went wild. You know, we've never had that. But the reality is, we don't have the player. We don't have somebody who, when everything's against us and you know, and we're up against it, can just produce a moment of magic. And also, we don't have a player that the opposition are worried about. Let's be honest. You know, so...
But it could be, just imagine, Jim, it could be, this could be it. This Brazil, what a time to do it. It's Brazil.
Max, just stop it. I know what you're trying to do here, right?
I'm not trying to do
I
it.
know you are. And I know... I mean, I listened to the other podcast that you do this morning, and Barry was kind of trying to be... Look, I know I'm going to get criticism for this, but I was walking along just nodding my head going, he's bang on. You know, because they're not great. We're there, and as I say, going back to what I said before, I want the worst game in World Cup history to happen, right? And it's a draw.
If you want to make a few quid, though, Jim, become a paternity lawyer in Boston and Glasgow in the next year.
Hey, cheers, Jim. Thanks for coming on.
No
good luck getting arrested.
Jim.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you for that.
Jim Burke, just sitting outside the sheriff's court. It's sort of like a cowboy, you know, just going, you know, fair income. I'm that's not what cowboys would say, but you take my point.
An Australian cowboy, mate.
An Australian cowboy, absolutely right. Just there, sitting outside the sheriff's court for whatever he did last night.
In all those, like John Wayne used to say, fair dinkum, mate.
Do you not remember that when he said Struth? When Clint Eastwood went Struth. You galah. It's Max and Charlie here till 1. Hey, they could do it against Brazil. They could. What a moment it would be. And look, the weather will be good. Hot, stuffy, humid in Miami. That'll suit the Scots compared to the Brazilians. That's what I reckon. Anyway, Matt Ford will join us. We'll do some England in just a second.
talking about Jude Bellingham. Because of his talent, because of his ability, Kyle, he's often the focus of attention, isn't he? I mean, tell us, I mean, you've been in the same dressing room as him. What's he like as a person?
No, he's good, and I think he carries a lot of weight on his shoulders for such a young boy. I think people probably forget how young he is. Obviously, he's gone on from leaps and bounds from Birmingham City to Dortmund to now playing for, one of, if not the biggest clubs in the world. But I was saying it before, I think Morgan Rogers is a great player. I played with him at City. He's done unbelievable for Villa. But I just think in them moments, Jude Bellingham probably pips him just because of the big game moments, and last night proved that.
Yeah.
How good is he? Because you've been in training with him, you played with him. Because when we watch him, I just see someone who can score left foot, right foot. I see someone who can get box to box, good in the air. Looks like the complete player.
Yeah, I think, he's an all-rounder. He can tackle, he can defend, he can attack, he scores goals. As you just said, left, right foot, he's got an engine on him. Is he a silky number 10 that we're probably used to seeing in the Premier League? Probably not. He's more of a powerhouse, but, in these conditions that they're playing the World Cup in like this, it could work to our advantage with having him, Declan and, Anderson, that all have good engines on them and then can get up and down the pitch.
Mm. Does it ever get to him, the sort of criticism that he gets, the media attention that he gets?
I think probably it does. I think probably it does some way, but I don't think you can let it get to you. I think when you're a big football player like that with a name that you've got, obviously you're going to hear and you're going to see. People are going to tell you what people are saying, but you have to take that pressure. You're Jude Bellingham. You're Jude Bellingham, and you've got that pressure on your shoulder. You're playing for Real Madrid and also representing England in a number 10 jersey, so you've got to deal with it.
We've seen a few months ago, there were journalists saying that he shouldn't be involved because there was reports that Jude Bellingham makes the older players, they're scared to play because he's so much of a character. And I was like, surely, Walks, you're a senior.
Number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
I want some heavy, house, some heavy,
you want some
hardcore.
90s house? Hardcore. A lot of people saying Sash Ecuador would work quite well.
It might not work.
Keep dropping
we'll try
it in.
Sash Ecuador. If it doesn't work, that's the end of the feature.
Okay, fine. It is Max and Charlie here on talkSPORT with you until 1 this afternoon. Let's talk to host of talkSPORT's How to Win the World Cup podcast, comedian, broadcaster, enthusiastic England fan, Matt Ford. Hey, Fordy.
Hey, Fordy.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Matt.
How are you? I mean, I don't know how many times you've watched that game back against Croatia. And just
over and over and over and over again. Man, it's... Do you know what? For many years, I existed on Stuart Pearce's penalty against Spain.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, the last few years have given us so many moments. You know, the Germany game in that first Euros campaign when we got to the final. That Croatia game. And obviously, 2004, we stuffed Croatia 4-2. And had Rooney not got injured, I think we'd have won that. And it really reminded me of that, just absolutely rampant. And you know what I find fascinating is, I've heard all these people this week going, oh, you know, Tuchel's won me over. I don't know if they've been watching England under Tuchel. They've been playing like this at Wembley for months. They've been playing really well. Like, this is not a surprise. The only thing that was a bit of a surprise was the fact we were a little bit nervy in the first half. And then second half was a return to form. Like, he's had them playing really well for a period of time now. I just think... people haven't been paying attention, and everyone lost their mind when he selected the squad. And you thought, this is an elite manager who knows what he's doing, and he's coming home.
I mean, I guess, you know, the results against Japan and Senegal were like, oh, I'm not sure about this, but I like just how he talks. I like his sort of. He's quite
Germanness
about it all.
I like the fact that he's German. You do this now, and you're like, I like the fact that he's like, it gives him an edge. You're like, I like that. I like being told off by him. I like the fact that I don't think Southgate would have kind of had that intensity. And I think that sometimes, if you want players to play with intensity, I think maybe you've got to bring a bit of that yourself.
I think it gives him a clarity of thought because he's not emotionally involved in his whole soul.
Yes.
He can remove himself slightly from it and make the best decision. And he makes brilliant decisions. And when we brought on Rodgers, Rashford and Saka, off the bench. I was like, this squad is unbelievable.
It's the best squad of all time. It's so good. I mean, I've just been obviously like screaming myself hoarse for days. I've just, to start a campaign like that, you know, often you get you know, the Holland game, it was 2 or 3 games in Euro 96. You know, the Germany game was in the knockout stages. We often start quite cagey and quite defensive, often with a sort of underwhelming draw. To start so emphatically and to send a message like that, you think, man, obviously, we're trying not to get carried away. I know there's a long way to go, but we look the best team in the world.
Yeah, you sound slightly carried away. I wonder if you think that this as well. When we were 4-2 up with what we have to play, I'd take Kane off then. As soon as we can, take Kane off the pitch. Take Kane off the pitch because we cannot get... We are so reliant on him. You know, I just think I wouldn't play him if we win on Tuesday. I wouldn't play him in the third game.
My God, I wouldn't even see. I'm just dozy. I'm like, play the best guy, and I want to see him score now. I'm an idiot. I mean, we've watched football together. I haven't got a clue what's going on till it goes in the net, and I'm like, I watch it like a kid. I'm an idiot. So you're probably right. You are probably you're way ahead. I'm a primitive moron.
Yes, you are, but that's fine. We welcome that. No, do you know what? The thing I found, Fordy, was just, and I think you referenced it. It was that players were smiling, that it was enjoyable. Like we have had group stage wins that have been good, but this was kind of. I felt sort of liberated. You know, I felt like, oh well, this is fine. This is fun. Like I don't know what it was, and obviously there will get a stage where it isn't fun. And, you know, you can pick little holes in, you know, keeping the ball well enough and defensively not quite there. But then, you know, Croatia's goals were really excellent. You know, there's every chance. And in a way, I think it might help that they scored those goals because it means we keep our focus. Because if the first shot balloons over the bar and Perisic doesn't do that brilliant header for the assist and we keep a clean sheet, then you can get complacent. So in a way, I just feel very enthused for you.
I agree. And it's such a good point about conceding goals is. Obviously, with Southgate, we got to the semi-final until we conceded a goal against Denmark. And that almost became like a magic thing. It was like, oh my God, we're not going to concede.
Yeah.
And then you think, well, if we do concede, is the spell broken? You're like, you have to get used to in elite football, going a goal down or conceding a goal and having to react. And they've had to do that. They've had to deal with going ahead, getting pegged back twice in that game, and then finding a way. And I just think Southgate moved us on so much, and I'm still a huge fan of what he did. And it sort of baffles me, the level of hatred that he faces.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I think we definitely needed an elite mindset to kind of finish the job, that he took so much of the pressure off. He's probably the most single transformational manager we've ever had. But to get them playing like they did against Croatia, just to enjoying it and dominating teams. We got players. Kane is the most dominant striker on the planet. Like, play the way that he's playing for Bayern Munich, for England, and you want to see the pressure taken off the shirt. You just go and show off. Do you know what I mean? Entertain us.
They seem to love him as well. I don't know if that's because they want to be in the team, but whenever a player's asked,
I love the head of
about,
talkSPORT, may I point out.
But whenever they ask, I've seen Declan Rice asked about him and Bellingham, and they all smile, say the manager's top level, and the way he talks to them seems to be on a very even keel, and it's impressive. It's so far, it's so impressive.
And I loved him getting annoyed with the media about being in his mush. That moment.
In the way.
He's about to watch the national anthem for the first time at a major tournament, and that moment is just robbed of him.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's got a bit of edge, and he's sort of handling it in quite a funny way.
He's like a dad at a nativity. And I can't see my son who's playing second star from the left. Could you sit down?
One of the best things about not being in England at the moment and being in the States is I haven't had to engage with who should sing the national anthem or not. I don't care. I don't care. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's win some football matches. Podcast still happening? 40 still recording that? Yeah. Or because we're going to win the World Cup, you don't have to do anymore?
Well, now that we're going to win it, it's all about just enjoying that victory weeks ahead. So it's the whole thing's just become a procession now, where we're bracing ourselves. We're sort of figuring out where to stand in Trafalgar Square and where the best spot on the Mall is going to be.
Imagine if they win it and Thomas Tuchel goes, well, I put it down mainly to listening to Matt Ford's excellent podcast, How to Win the World Cup.
Oh, man, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I would. Do you know what? Who can say what impact the important work we all do at talkSPORT has? But this is obviously the station that the professionals listen to. And
I think it is. And if when players always say we just need to shut out the noise, the way to do that is by listening to talkSPORT 24 hours a day.
Definitely.
I think that is what will help the England side win this tournament. Thanks, Fordy. Thanks for some enthusiasm.
Cheers, fellas. Love you loads.
Good stuff. Matt Ford there. Download talkSPORT's How to Win the World Cup podcast wherever you get your podcasts, obviously. And we'll play What's All This Weather we're having in just a second. John Ketley and Nigel Adley join us.
I've got to speak to you about England then. Obviously, of course, the result the other day. Really good second half performance. First and foremost, what did you make of the performance? And some people are saying it's the best half of football they've seen England play in years.
Well, what I was really impressed with, there's two things. The turnaround in the second half, and you saw Harry Kane, Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham all come out speaking glowingly about the manager's team talk at half-time. So that's an absolute massive, massive, massive plus, because a manager that's very aggressive, he's punchy, and he ain't going to go out trying to stay in a game. He's going to go out trying to win a game. And if it doesn't happen, he ain't going to be for the want of trying. And the second thing is, he's aggressive substitutions and really decisive substitutions in the second half late on, where normally you see a lot of managers go, we're going to protect this lead. He's saying, no, I've got my foot on their throat and we're going to finish them off. And I love that. And if that's going to be the way we go about this tournament, we're going to have a good time.
I totally agree with you. I said that actually. Do you think that's the difference between what Southgate would have done and maybe bring on like a Calvin Phillips, a Holder, to make sure we didn't lose the game?
Yeah, Southgate and a lot of other managers have done that. And I think that was probably when you're looking back now, it's a great thing having hindsight, but our Achilles heel probably, even though we've got further than any team since 66 in these last couple of tournaments, we still were playing at times, it felt, with the shackles on or the handbrake half up in the critical moments, in the biggest moments for England in these big games. And so with that comes kind of apprehension and a bit of anxiousness when you're watching those games, right? And Benty, you've been in them England squads, yeah? A lot of the guys in them teams, and as a unit, as a team, as well as individuals, we were scared to lose games. And this team in that second half just looked like a team that were just freed up. And that bodes well for us.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
A massive run of DAZN Saturday Night Fights is coming. All kicks off tonight in Southampton as our friend Ryan, the Piranha Ghana, takes on Italy's Michael, the Lone Wolf Magnesi, in a world title shot on the line.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. Then on June 27th, two princes collide in Brooklyn as Xander Zayas defends his world middleweight titles against Jaron Boots Ennis.
Join DAZN Ultimate to watch Ryan Garner and get access to 12 plus pay-per-view events every year, including Zayas versus Boots next weekend at no extra cost. Matthew writes, until Charlie did this is a lowest common denominator gag, but I don't mind it. Until Charlie did that impression, I had no idea Thomas Tuchel was actually Welsh. Sure. This one says, is Thomas Tuchel French? Blah,
as I was going into the impression, I was thinking,
what were you thinking?
You don't have a Thomas Tuchel impression.
Have you got? Just
Why
check.
Are you doing
have you got
this?
a Tuchel?
You can't do a Thomas Tuchel. You can't do a German accent, and you're talking to one of the country's finest impressionists.
Yes, that's really good. Actually, that's a fun feature, isn't it? We do impressions to 40, and he has to guess who they are.
Who are we doing? What a great! That's a great new feature.
Okay, Charlie, who's this? Who's this, Charlie? You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Roland de Châtelet.
Okay, we all know that.
Okay.
You got that. It's
good. Okay.
From the
that's all I've got. Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
Let's look ahead to the latest weather over in America. All thanks to QuickFit.
Please. Yes, good news.
US football forecast on talkSPORT with QuickFit, a team selection that everyone would be happy with this summer. QuickFit, drive away happy every time.
Yeah, let's do it in the company of John Ketley. Hey, John.
Oh, good. Hey, John.
Good morning, all. Morning, lads. Morning.
Yeah, very good.
I'm looking forward to today's game, John. But we've got to get the serious business out of the way first. What's the weather? What's all this weather we're having in America? Tell us.
Weather, John.
Yeah, a lot of weather about, isn't there? A lot of weather about, Max. As ever, of course. But last week we talked about Tropical Storm Arthur. We just gave it a glancing blow in Houston. It gave some pretty torrential rainfall outside the stadium there. Now, that's moved away into the Atlantic. It's out to the east of the Carolinas at the moment, so we don't need to worry about Arthur anymore. But there are some pretty big storms still around in the Gulf of Mexico. So Houston, again, although they've got the roof, of course, and it's air-conditioned, there will be some downpours of rain around that match as we go through today. But I think the worst of the weather actually is going to be further north, up around Kansas City. We've got Ecuador playing, and there is a big risk of some pretty stormy weather there, some tornadoes as well. So you wouldn't be surprised, I think, later on today for that match with Ecuador and Curacao, is it? Is that what you pronounce it?
Curacao, John.
Curacao, they got about 29 degrees this afternoon, but it is going to be pretty stormy in that area. So things are a little bit lively over in the Midwest. Elsewhere, Toronto, Germany against Ivory Coast, no problem at all. 25 degrees, could be a shower after the game, but that's very nice. Absolutely fantastic. And Monterrey, pretty hot spot is Monterrey, middle of Mexico.
Okay.
And they don't have any cover there either, so it's going to be pretty hot at 34. It's 23 at the moment.
Uncovered pitches.
Yeah, that's allowed, I believe. Don't need a roof for everything.
So,
well, now we've done that. Are you ready to play, John? Are you ready to play? What about all this weather?
Well, I've been limbering up and rehearsing all week,
You thrashed Paul Hawksby in the week, didn't you, John? You gave him a bit of a trouncing in the week.
Yeah, I did. But we won't talk about the wins. You've got to keep your feet on the ground, haven't you? Really?
Wow. Absolutely right. Look, this is staying measured.
Still 0-0, says
It's still 0-0. Let's bring in Nigel Adderley. Here we play.
Hello, Nigel.
Morning, guys.
How tall are they? World
Nigel.
champion Nigel Adderley.
How are we doing, guys? Morning, John.
Yeah.
Morning,
Good.
Nigel.
Wow, John. Everyone's.
How's the game work, Nigel?
Yeah, go on, Nigel.
Come on,
Well,
Nigel.
I will give you some famous games
yeah.
from
Yeah.
World Cup history going back many, many years today.
Yeah.
And it's very simple. You have to guess the temperature in Celsius, and the closest to it gets a point. Direct hit gets 3 points.
Oh, and some of them are for the old days. Are they, Nigel? Because it was colder in the old days, wasn't it, John?
Well, as Nigel said last week, he gave me a match where I was the only person alive, so I'm the only one that can actually confirm anything.
And the first one today is a similar category, yes.
Wow, it's from the Ice Age. This is exciting. Okay.
We're going back to 1930. No, we're not going back to 1930.
Okay, let's play, everybody. Let's play. This is good stuff, isn't it? It's John Ketley versus me and Charlie. John Kelly, obviously being a professional weatherman. Me and Charlie just experienced the weather, but no more than that. We have no expertise. We're not meteorologists here. It's not talk meteorology, but it is for now. Here we go, Nigel.
We're going back to the final in 1954 at the Wankdorf Stadium, Bern, in Switzerland. Careful with that one. West Germany 3, Hungary 2. Let's hear one of the Hungarian goals.
Von Liebrich soeben. Und Ungarn Sturm. Kosic müsste schießen. Nachschuss, Puschka, Sturm!
Yes.
Yeah, that was Puschka scoring. Hungary 2-0 up in 8 minutes, but they lost 3-2. Yes. West Germany's first world title, but what was the temperature?
What was the country, Nigel, sorry?
Bern in Switzerland.
Bern, the Wankdorf Stadium.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And what was the
Who's
date,
going first, Nigel?
What was
the date was, all I've got is 1954, but I would imagine it would have been July.
Yeah, that should narrow it down.
Yeah, July 1954. John Ketley.
30.
30.
Oh, 30 in Switzerland?
I can't see it being. It's cold in Switzerland. They have snow, Max.
Well, we can get to say 8. You can say 8 degrees doing a showboat. I think we go.
It was July.
23.
29.
29.
Come on. Well,
what?
Let's just get the point. Let's just get the point.
Okay, go on then. 29.
29.
It was a wet and windy day.
Oh.
It was 15 degrees Celsius.
Oh, Ketley all over the shop.
He's nothing.
He's nothing for the old
weather.
days.
Give us back the weather. Okay, here we go. Weather number 2, please.
I must say, Charlie, with that microphone, that tash and all those flags, does look like a dictator from the 1970s.
Oh, yeah, why not? I like it. I don't mind it.
I think you'd be quite good. You'd be quite a good dictator, Charlie.
Be a nice one.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it would be benign.
Yes. A benign dictator, yeah. Anyway, World Cup, June 2002, controversial game in Daejeon, South Korea 2, Italy 1. Here is the South Korean equaliser.
Park Ji-sung looking for the return.
Pure class.
Lots of controversial decisions in this game. It was a June night in 2002 in South Korea. What was the weather?
Feels clammy, Max.
It does feel clammy,
feels
doesn't
hot
it? It's
and
going to
clammy
be humid.
to me.
It's
I'm
humid
saying
there.
31 or 28?
I prefer 28 to 31.
Okay, 28
Split the
it is.
difference.
John Ketley.
28.
Yeah, there weren't many clues in that clip, were there? 29. How about 29?
24 degrees
Oh,
Celsius.
Ketley 2-0 down. Give us the weather back, Ketley.
Okay. 2014 at the Estadio Castelao in Fortaleza. Netherlands 2, Mexico 1. Here's Klaas van Huntelaar.
Van Huntelaar with the chance, surely, to put Holland in the quarterfinals, and he's taken it right into the corner of the net.
Great to hear Alan Parry again. What was the
Lovely.
weather in Fortaleza that day?
What country is that in then, Nigel?
In Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh, in Brazil.
Okay.
Thank you.
He's not a geographer. That affects Ketley, doesn't it?
Well, it'll give me a bit of a clue, won't it?
He's 2-0
let's go
down.
for 20.
He's getting angry. He's getting angry about it.
I'm
having to go
teetering here. I'm a bit worried. I'm
He's
2-0
started to
down.
do the weather behind his hand.
24.
I reckon we go. I go up one.
I think
I go up one.
Matt. I think it's
Fortaleza.
a lot more than
I think
that.
I've been to
He's all
Fortaleza.
over the shop.
25. 25.
It was a hot day, 32 degrees Celsius.
Ketley's 3-0 down.
Get in the bin,
Can't come
Ketley.
back. In the bin. Ketley in the mud. All over the place.
Oh, it's like
Okay.
Burnley all over again.
Can't cope.
Here we go. Carry on, Nigel.
This is a Winter World Cup, the final in 2010, Soccer City in Johannesburg. And here's the winning goal for Spain from Iniesta against the Netherlands.
It's Iniesta to win the World Cup for Spain. That's the goal that surely sees them crowned champions of the world.
Late night game in Johannesburg in the winter.
What do you reckon? 14? 12?
16. You get it spot on, by the way, Nigel.
Get 3 points,
sorry,
yeah.
it's 3 points. So
You could be 3-3.
I'm going.
Okay,
What do you think, Max? 14.
Yeah, I'm
Here's
happy
my
with
3
I
points.
think 16 is too hot, but
Okay.
like you're in charge.
16. John Ketley.
Can I go for my 3 points? Can I go for 14 then?
Bang on the nose, 14
Look, he's been toying with us. Have the weather back.
He can have it
You
back.
never lose it,
They
you
are
see,
back
you
on
never
the
lose
back
it.
for Ketley on the
What a
nail.
game. It's
Should have stuck with
3-3.
14 degrees, Max.
Okay.
Right,
winner
the
takes all.
decider now.
Oh, yeah,
it's all on
unbelievable.
this.
Unbelievable. What a game. What a game.
The first game of Argentina's World Cup 2022, they lost to Saudi
did, to Saudi
Arabia
Arabia,
in
yeah.
Lusail. Here's the goal from Salim Al Dawsari.
The shot comes in, oh, it's a goal, and it's a wonderful goal. What a terrific strike it is from Salim El Dazri.
What a win for Saudi Arabia in
Huge
Lusail. It was a lunchtime kickoff in Qatar.
Ketters is first.
Well, you see, they might have lost the first game, but they won the World Cup, and I might have lost my first 3. Come back now.
Cocky.
and
He's cocky.
I'm cocky. I'm going 37.
37. Feels high.
Yeah.
Feels high.
I think we go 36, Charlie.
Feels high. 36.
36.
You're both miles away, but it's a win for Max and Charlie. 22 degrees Celsius.
Boom. Eat it, Ketley. Eat it.
Ketley. Thank you, Nigel.
See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
John. Great
Yes,
game.
great
See you tomorrow. That
game.
was talkSPORT's weather update. All thanks to Quick Fit Drive Away. Happy every time.
US football forecast on talkSPORT with QuickFit. Your car's star player you can always rely on this summer. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Now, earlier in the show, we asked the all-important question. Who was faster in their pomp? Kyle Walker or Gabby Agbonlahor? Well, talkSPORT's Anil Kandala was at the talkSPORT fan zone at Villa Park last night for England against Croatia, and he put that question to some of the fans in attendance.
It's a tough call, but I'd go for Gabby. He was awesome, and no defender wants anybody with that pace running at them. So I'd go for Gabby. I would.
Quicker than Kyle Walker?
I think so. Yeah, I do. And I'm sure Gabby would agree with me.
Gabby. Well, he used to dart across the field, didn't he? I think he's better than Kyle, to be honest.
Well, we had Kyle on loan for us for many years ago, and he was quick, but Gabby was quicker.
And there you go. It might be a little bit unfair because Gabby Agbonlahor is in that building behind me, but it seems that Gabby's got the vote.
Right, the rest of the world.
He actually spoke to about 100 people who were there, but we only decided to show 3, okay?
I clipped that up for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what, though? When I think about Kyle, when I go back to that game, Kyle, of like, I think it might be Germany at Wembley, and you was right side of the 3, but like...
It's not often a World Cup great is known for his time on the pitch and in the dugout. Franz Beckenbauer is one of 3 men to win the tournament, both as a player and manager, and Der Kaiser's tenure with West Germany is iconic. We all know Beckenbauer as that grizzled warrior, so seeing him here, a young, fresh-faced 21-year-old, doesn't feel right, does it? 1966 was his first World Cup, when he was already building a reputation for his strong, marauding play, playing the libero or sweeper role for Bayern Munich. He had to act as a more traditional centre-back for the national team, though. West Germany fell short, losing in the final to England, but you already know that. Despite revenge over England in the quarters 4 years later, a game in which Beckenbauer was keen to get stuck in, West Germany were knocked out by Italy in the semi-finals. At 25 years old, he had a bronze medal, a silver medal, and the gold was coming. In 1974, West Germany didn't lose a single game on their way to winning their first title. And to top it all off, it was on home soil. And this was the team they beat to it, their fierce, total footballing rivals, the Netherlands, a team fronted by Johan Cruyff. Beckenbauer shocked the world when in 1977, aged just 32, he retired from international football to go and play for the New York Cosmos. The world went mad. But when you're going to go and be teammates with this guy, I mean, yeah, fair. Beckenbauer did come back to the West Germany national team, but as a manager in 1986. His task, get through the World Cup without embarrassment. But they reached the final and only lost to Argentina and their iconic captain, who, let's be honest, at the time was unstoppable. Beckenbauer returned for one final World Cup at Italia 90, where he got his revenge. West Germany beat Argentina in the final, and Beckenbauer became, at the time, only the second man after Brazil's Mario Zagallo to win the World Cup both as player and manager. So across 5 World Cups as a player and manager, he got a bronze medal, 2 silvers, and lifted the cup twice. That smile tells you everything you need to know.
Number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
And then you drop it in again. That's what you do.
Then you drop it in again, yeah.
Ready? On the beat. Hit the drop. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can they not play both at the same time? We've
Can't
only got
play
one
two
button.
at once.
They've only
One
got
button.
one button.
So they've got.
Come on. When will talkSPORT get two buttons?
You need two buttons. They're saving up for two buttons.
Are they? Okay. If you could donate the crowdfunder for this show for two buttons.
Another button. They can't. They're all just in there shaking their head, holding their
they just
hands
go-
in the like. They can't believe they have to do a mix.
This is the song, though. This is the right song. So someone could go into the. Do we have a big mixing desk back in the
Yeah,
office?
someone can go.
Could they
Someone
do
can
that?
go and make that.
Someone can
That'd be good.
splice
Just
some
and
tape
drop it
of the
in
ref.
every now and again.
Just
That'd
drop
be
it
really
into Ecuador by Sash now and again, and then we will be top of the hit parade.
Yeah.
It is Max and Charlie with you on the warm-up until 1. I hope you're having a lovely day. Time now for Duracell's Extra Mile, where we're going to pick players who we think went the extra mile.
Yes, please. Is there a sting? Do we
I
just,
think
or
there
do we
is.
just start
Maybe
talking?
we're still on one button. We're still just on one button.
Is there a Duracell? Go the extra
Duracell.
mile.
Go the extra mile. Are they still shaking their heads at you?
Still
What are they
shaking
doing?
their
Are
heads.
they all
It's
left?
just,
Is
it looks
anyone
like they've
in?
all just stopped. Got through.
Duracell's Extra Mile on talkSPORT. Different, better, unstoppable.
There's so many football matches. It's okay to be tired,
There's
everybody.
still, about,
Marcus Speller.
there's still about 9 weeks of this World Cup left. It's amazing.
It never ends. Group L, it's so silly, isn't it? We spent a long time on our pod getting muddled up with going, well, if England, if they come second, they'll play England. And then we got it wrong because Group L and Group I look quite similar, the L and the I. Then we need to work on that. Marcus Speller from the Football Ramble joins us for this. Hey, Marcus.
Hello, chaps. Good to be with you.
Oh, thanks, Marcus.
How's this week of the
He's
tournament?
had a
been
haircut.
for you,
Marcus had a haircut.
Looks
I
good.
haven't. Thanks. Appreciate that. World Cup haircut. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's been a good World Cup so far.
I think it has been excellent World Cup.
Yeah,
Really-
I'm
really
enjoying the
having a
football
nice
for
time.
sure. Who went the extra mile? I mean, should we talk about that Morocco-Scotland game for a bit? Saibari, because we look at it from such a Scotland perspective, that goal, to score a goal that sticks in a stanchion that doesn't have a stanchion is so good.
That was really good.
Oh, it was lovely. Lovely finish. I wanted to say it was a sucker punch, but if it's that early on in the game, can it truly? So maybe it was an early punch. I don't know. But
Just a punch.
Yeah, I think, maybe get the first one in, and they did. They proved it, and that counted, didn't it? Won them the game. I found it all a bit of a shame for Scotland. So many Scotland fans and other people, not just Scotland fans, saying, oh, they got the win against Haiti. That's really, really crucial. Oh, but they're playing Morocco. Morocco, a really good side. People talking about Morocco like they're Brazil 1970. Morocco are a good side. But, they're not in the top 5 or 6 favourites. So they are, you can get at them a little bit, but I appreciate they are a good side. And some people have them down as African champions, certainly not Senegal. So, I thought Scotland gave them too much respect early on and were a bit scared. And even the ever so raucous Tartan Army seemed to be very quiet in the stands, although I appreciate I wasn't at the game. So if that didn't translate onto TV, then I apologise if I'm wrong there. But Scotland, they didn't get going. Yes, they're playing against a better side. I understand that. So it's easy to just sit here and say, well, why didn't they have a go? But it was all a bit disappointing, really.
Yeah, I thought they. I said to Jim Burke earlier, like they huffed and puffed Scotland, but they did build up a head of steam. And look, midfield's always so crucial. Like, they need to be able to keep the ball. I did think they played better in this game than the Haiti game. I thought McGinn was better. I thought McTominay was better. But clearly, they are now playing Brazil in Miami. That's not ideal for Scotland.
It really isn't.
But they've just got to. They need a 10 out of 10 and hope that Brazil don't quite show. I don't think Brazil are brilliant personally, but it is a stretch to say Scotland should get something from that game.
Yeah, again, the chat was, Morocco is going to be really, really difficult. We're really worried about them. I get that. But when you just one goal down, and Morocco did what they did against Brazil in that very, very good early on in the game, and then second half kind of tailed off a bit. I thought Clark could have used his subs a little bit earlier and been a bit more positive, which often the criticism of Steve Clark is that's not really in his locker. But look, they're here. They've already got 3 points, so fair play to them. But I thought they could have gone for it a bit more, because that attitude of, but Brazil aren't very good, so maybe we can get something out of that game. It's like, okay, I understand that this Brazil side is definitely not Brazil 1970. However, they do have a few handy players. And my concern for Scotland is that despite the really positive result in the first game, not positive performance necessarily, but positive result, must win, they won it, fair play to them, is they go into this Brazil game and there's still that lingering feeling of, oh, if we just lose 1-0, then maybe 3 points with a -1 goal difference will be enough. And it's kind of like they've got to stick the chest out a bit more and go for it. And I felt in the second half, particularly after that hydration break, because we're now in 4 quarters, ridiculously in this World Cup now, it was like, just go for that equaliser, you know. And it could have been Ben Gannon-Doak coming on. He's a good outlet.
Yeah.
We could have seen him a little bit earlier, maybe. But I do appreciate they are playing against a better side. So losing 1-0 to a better team, especially in that heat, you know, I don't want to be too critical, but my that just little voice in the back of my mind says, will they ultimately go out with a whimper?
Can we talk about the US, Marcus?
Oh, yeah.
Because that is such a, you know,
no whimpers there.
Yeah, I think the first time that they've won their first 2 games since 1930 in a World Cup, and all the trash talk in this weird rivalry between us, you know, the Socceroos and the US was like Australia getting annoyed that the US were saying, "Well, this is easy," and then it turned out it was easy.
Yeah. Australia didn't turn up, did they? It's like they didn't. There was no Aussie. There was no Aussie can do.
No, but I mean, Australia have got a limited squad. You know, their victory against Turkey was one of the big shocks of the first round. It may well be one of the big shocks of this tournament. I appreciate Turkey have now gone out, so maybe we overrated them. But that was such a stunning result that you thought, okay, maybe Australia are a little bit better. But actually, the US are such a well-drilled side under Pochettino, and it seemed pretty unlikely before the tournament that this was going to be the case. I thought he was going to be stood there looking like Russell Crowe the whole tournament, just shouting and bellowing and thinking, oh my goodness, this is they're just not doing what I want them to do, damn it all. But they really are, and they are, as I say, well drilled. They swarm, they press, they've got energy and power and all those marvellous things that anybody would want in a football team. So
they've got a great midfield as well. You know, McKennie and Adams is really good. Pulisic and Serginho Dest is playing better than I've ever seen him play. You know, they've got real quality.
But this feature is to spotlight the player that's gone the extra mile. I think we've got to spotlight Pochettino here. He's making his myth and his legend grow even greater for whatever club job he wants next, because he just has got them playing as a team with and playing exciting football. But also, the job doesn't look too big for him when the pressure is on as one of the host nations. He looks like he looks relaxed. He looks like a drama teacher who lets you call him by his first name. You know, he's just like he's just doing a great job.
Yeah, and to extrapolate that, a lot of people have said that he looks a bit like Russell Crowe in his pomp, and I agree. And going the extra mile, fashion-wise, I mean, Wayne Rooney was certainly enamoured by what Pochettino was wearing. So, but you're right. I feared for him and the US before the tournament. I always fancied them to go through in that group, but I thought, is he going to be a very, very frustrated man on those sidelines? Complete opposite.
One thing interesting about that group now is that, you know, with Paraguay beating Turkey 1-0, Australia play Paraguay, and if they draw, then they're both through. And it's not quite the whatever the disgrace of Hee-Haw or whatever it was, you know, where who was diddled? Was it Algeria were diddled or something?
Yeah, West was it the
Austria and West Germany, I think.
Well, it's just going to be a draw, isn't it?
Because Turkey are out anyway. So sort of no one loses if Australia and Paraguay draw. I mean, it would mean Australia came second, so Paraguay might go for the win because, you know, then they get a second and more favourable draw. But if they draw, it could be one of those fun people doing nothing football matches.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a genuine disgrace, wouldn't it? But I think the incentive is obviously, you know, the high opposition. In theory, the sort of easier, quote unquote, game you'd have in the last 32. So surely it'll be a competitive fixture. I mean, if Paraguay get stuck into the opposition like they did against Turkey, it could be a spicy encounter as well, because that game had a fair few incidents in it.
It did. Stay where you are, Marcus. We played the spelling bee last week. Did you enjoy it, Marcus? The feedback was mixed, I'd say, but we want to give it another go.
Well, let's see if we can get more mixed feedback then.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good stuff.
Mixed feedback's good feedback because not everything's for everyone, you know.
Got to try things. I thought Poch looked more like John Bishop, said this. Poch is like Robin Williams in Dead Poets Society.
Yes,
Captain,
my captain. Who is their captain?
Carpe diem, Tim Ream. Carpe diem.
Oh, Tim Ream. Fulham's Tim
right,
Ream.
let's go to the cricket. There has been a breakthrough, Sam Ellard.
Yeah, England striking early on day 4. New Zealand 261 for 4. Henry Nicholls' remarkable innings of 121 comes to an end. Jofra Archer, the bowler, going over the wicket. Shorter ball, touch of width, angling it across the left-handed bat. Henry Nicholls pushing at the ball outside of his off stump. Takes the outside edge. Good catch by Harry Brook at second slip. New Zealand 261 for 4, leading England by 361 runs.
Good stuff, Sam. We'll chat properly in a bit. It is Max and Charlie with you on talkSPORT. Marcus Speller here, ready for the Marcus Spelling Bee. How excited are you? 8:10:89. Let us know. That was Duracell's Extra Mile.
Duracell's Extra Mile on talkSPORT. Different, better, unstoppable.
You mentioned Perisic. They've got players in their side. Modric, you know, they're the wrong side of 35, right? These players have been in their team for a long, long time. And we're not struggling, but the first 45, I'm watching it thinking, how is this happening again?
But also, you've got to think, right? I get what you're saying, but also, there's going to be a few nerves kicking about.
Yeah.
Right? These guys, as you said there, have been around for such a long time, so they just understand, they're comfortable where they are. Modric, Perisic, these guys, they just know what it takes to get to that, to get to that level. But it's. I think there's a lot of boxes that Thomas Tuchel would have ticked. I thought the team selection he got wrong. But in my personal,
who do you get wrong?
I would have started Rashford.
Yeah, me too.
And Mark Gahey has to play. He has to play.
Talk about what you're saying outside about the balance of the centre halves.
Because John Stones, he naturally plays on the right hand side, right? And it's Maguire that usually plays on the left when it was those two. When you move John Stones out to the left, naturally he doesn't go that way to Nico O'Reilly, which is why he barely touched the ball. He couldn't go that way.
And Anthony Gordon hardly received the ball in the first
Exactly.
half.
Mark Gahey naturally plays on the left side, so he's used to receiving the ball from the right hand side and going out to the left. But that just wasn't there, which is why we hardly saw anything down that left hand side. But yeah, I would have started Mark Gahey and I would have started Rashford for sure. They would have been my first two on the not on the team sheet, but they're the two that I would have started.
So you would have started with Rashford on the left. What about the other side? Would you have started with Noni?
Yeah, probably, because Saka, I'm not sure. I don't know how fit Saka is.
Okay. Looked good when he come on, though.
Really good. Looked like hungry.
Yeah.
But that's a good problem you've got. But at the end of the day, the quality shone through second half. Even though there were moments towards the end of the second half, before Rashford scored, I was thinking, oh my goodness, they're on top again. They're starting to move the ball. They're getting into their rhythm. Their substitutions made a big difference. But then Rashford comes on and just does what he does.
Yeah.
The sharp turn, the finish.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a problem that the first 45 were a bit whiffy because you look at France. I was just about to say, look at France. I mean, they had a rocket up their backside. They're a completely different side in the second half.
Mbappe, told you about him, didn't I? I said, how often do I sit you?
Write his name down. He's going to be a player.
I told you that, Mbappe.
Yeah,
World Cups, he's different.
We were talking on yesterday's show actually about after that night where Haaland and Mbappe and Messi all scored. Messi getting a hat trick. It was, is there more pressure on Harry Kane to step up? And I think he stepped up last night.
After review, number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
Here comes the drop, Max. Here it goes.
Decision is red card. Decision is red card.
Now, with the World Cup now fully underway, talkSPORT's Predict 6 is officially live. If you think you have the chance to have what it takes, play our free game for a chance to win £25,000. Just predict 6 outcomes for a shot at 25 grand. Go to talksport.com/predict6 by 5 p.m. tonight. That is talksport.com/predict6 for your chance to win £25,000. Entries close at 5 o'clock tonight. T's and C's apply. UK only 18 plus, 1 entry per customer. So it's time to play the Marcus spelling bee.
That worked.
Oh, it's really good.
Really good.
Do we have Marcus's? I know he's been on for the last 10 minutes, but do we have his theme tune? Should we bring him on for the spelling bee, the Marcus spelling bee with his theme tune? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Marcus spelling bee, and we need for that Marcus Speller from the Football Ramble. But I can't stop talking at this level until his theme tune is ready, and I'm told that they are getting it. The team with
any minute now.
One button, any second now. Yes, it's time.
Put a spell on you. Here he is.
Welcome, Marcus. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
All the better for that, gentlemen.
Okay, good. Joe, by the way, says, how are Turkey already out? Can't they go through on 3 points with a good goal difference against the US? No, it is head-to-head now. So whatever they do against the US, they'd only be on 3 points. And because they've lost to both Australia and Paraguay, they go out on head-to-head. And that is why the US have won the group already, even though Australia or Paraguay, with some mad results, could finish above them on goal difference. So that is why it's all head-to-head, just to explain that, Joe. Right, let's play the spelling. How does it work, Charlie? Remind me.
I've got to remember now. Yes, it's me, me versus you, and we're both in a team with Marcus Speller.
Right, is that
and that's
right?
how it is. So
Okay.
you say a footballer.
A footballer, yeah,
and
okay,
and we have to spell it, but we have to spell it
Alternate
one
letters.
letter each with Marcus Speller. That's how it works.
Okay, right, okay. Okay, I've got a player for you, Marcus and Charlie.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Gary Flitcroft. Gary Flitcroft.
Go on, Marcus.
I'll have a G, please.
A.
R.
Y.
No,
F.
sorry.
It's not an I.
It's a double R, Gary.
Oh, no.
Gary.
It's a shocker.
You are kidding me.
That's a double R,
Trick
Gary.
question.
That's not a trick question. That's his name. Don't. Gary, double R Garys are Garys too, Charlie.
Gary the Gooner, who's a double R Gary, has just shouted in. He said it's a banger. Should be the new intro to the Go Get It.
Yeah, Barry says Marcus's dancing was top draw 2000s dance.
It was good.
Really
it was good. I think
he knows what he's doing.
They should definitely get
Charlie,
that out there. Okay.
Give us a footballer.
Have you seen this is the footballer. Have you seen the Nigerian goalkeeper? I think he might be the world's most handsome man.
Okay.
And he is causing some fluttering hearts around the world.
All right.
But his name is Maduka Okoye. Maduka Okoye. Maduka Okoye.
Okay, you want to start, Charlie? I mean,
Marcus.
I'll go with an M.
I'll go with an A.
I'll go with a D.
U.
K.
A.
Correct.
Say his surname again.
Okoye.
Thank you. O.
Okay, here's a tricky bit. K.
O.
I.
Oh, so close.
We were nearly there.
So good, though. That was a good one.
Okay.
That was a good one, though. Okay.
Okay, then, chaps. Please spell Mixu Patalainen.
Oh, we've got this.
Here we go.
We've got this.
Okay.
I think I can spell Patalainen. I don't know about Mixu. Anyway,
yeah,
okay, fine.
M.
Yeah, we both need to do this.
M.
I.
X.
U.
Is that correct, Max?
Uh-huh.
P.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember his first name. A.
A.
T.
Oh, is it A?
Definitely a vowel. It's got to be a vowel.
I think it's
Charlie.
Patelainen. E.
L.
E. Oh, it's not I-E. It's not I-E, is it?
It is P-A-A-T-E-L-A-I-N.
Oh, good one, though,
Still
wasn't it?
0-0.
We all did so well. Very good. Okay.
What have you got for us, Charlie?
For Scotland, the defender, John Souttar. John Souttar.
I think we can do this. I
It
think
just
we can
depends
do
on the John.
No, I think it's a regular. I'm pretty sure it's a regular John.
Okay, fine.
He's just a regular John.
Yeah, no, and I do like my Johns to be regular.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, John
Or
Souttar.
certainly my trips to them.
Spell the damn name.
Max, you want to go first, or shall I?
Okay, J.
O.
H.
N.
S.
O.
U.
T.
T.
A.
R.
Oh, 1-0.
Yes! Yeah, I've seen his name too many times of late.
Okay, it's probably quite an easy. I think I gave you an easy one. I think we need to do. I think for future, if we play it again, we do a really hard, easy sounds easy, really hard, medium. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, I have got for you, and this is actually, you should get this one. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
Come on. I was waiting for this.
Kvaratskhelia.
This is a shame.
Okay. What do you mean it's a shame?
Kvicha, did you say?
Yeah,
We've seen this name.
Okay, K.
We've seen this name. H.
V.
Yeah. I.
T. Oh, what was it?
Yeah, it's the
Khvicha. And then Kvaratskhelia is Kvaratskhelia.
Okay, playing for pride. Playing for
That was a
pride.
tricky one.
Okay, so one more. This is good. Have you got one more?
Oh,
Give the fans what they want.
That's it.
okay. It's Ben Gannon Doak. Ben Gannon Doak.
Okay. B.
E.
N.
It's not. Is it a double N? Or is it a... No, I don't think it is that. G.
A.
N.
N.
O.
It's
N.
over. It's over.
D.
O.
A.
K.
Went too.
There we
I
go.
went too easy.
Yeah.
I went too easy. Very
He
good.
came on,
2-0. Well done.
we saw him playing last night.
Yeah, too easy. Too easy. Well played.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks so much.
was a
2-0.
Good professional job, that. Good
Yeah, I
professional
enjoyed
job.
it. I'd love some feedback because I think it's a really nice feature. But
Really
let's see
nice,
how it
fun
goes.
game,
you know?
you know.
And we would have done it anyway, even if spelling wasn't in Marcus Speller's name. That is just a coincidence. Thank you, Marcus. Have a good day.
Pleasure, gentlemen.
Thank
Have
you,
a good one.
Marcus.
Thank you.
Marcus Speller there from the Football Ramble. It is Max and Charlie with you until 1 this afternoon on the warm-up. Hopefully we'll play the Ecuador mashup again because people really liked it. Daniels, I'm so excited about the spelling bee. I don't understand if that's rude or not. I don't
No,
think
I've
it
lost my
is.
ability to
yes.
spell. He was saying he was doing a joke about
spell.
losing the ability to spell the word spell. But thank you very
I
much,
see.
Daniel,
Clever
for being
stuff,
in
Daniel.
touch.
Thank you, Dan. Here till 1, and Sam Dowling will join us. We'll do some Premier League fixtures around. Not now, Premier League fixtures around. We'll do some transfer stuff as well. Cheers.
We were just chatting off air about Terry Venables and Euro 96. You're getting Euro 96 vibes already.
Well, I'm getting England-Holland Euro 96 vibes, 100%, because, I was very fortunate enough to know Terry, as I'm sure you two did. And, I asked him about that game. We used to do a show together on Saturdays on the radio about football. And, he said, I just threw 7 forwards on. Everybody could play in attack. Even the sort of back four, we were very sort of front-footed thinking. And he said, don't worry about how many goals they're going to score. Just score more goals than them. And then you have them on the back foot and they can't get out of their own half anyway. Yeah. And you were there for England-Holland at Wembley Stadium. I was there when the scoreboard said England 4, Holland 0. I mean, they did score a goal, but we did see 4-0 for a while. And last night was very, very reminiscent of that, and they talk about total football. That was as close as we got. And, I'm fascinated by managers and what they say and what makes the difference between an Alex Ferguson and an Arsene Wenger and a Thomas Tuchel compared to the others. Ancelotti, I know you're a big fan of, and he's been on the show. Yeah. And it's great, isn't it, because Harry, the thing about Tuchel is he's just saying what he thinks, even right before the game. He's saying, well, we're going to do this because they're going to do that. And if they're watching, they know what he's going to do. But he's so organised in a way that's sort of, quite off-putting for the opposition, I would imagine. And then Harry Kane does a Thomas Tuchel after the match because he tells you exactly what Tuchel told them at half time, which was basically, lads, I thought we had a deal here. You're just you're gonna play like you don't care, like you're back in the playground, and in the first half you didn't do that, boys. We had an agreement. Can we just go out and do that? And they all went, oh yeah, we remember. And they just went out, and it was just a different game. And I was, as you can hear, I was very excited about it. We all were very excited about it. And this morning, there's this whole sense of relief and release, and now we're looking forward to next week and Tuesday, and it's like, it might be coming home.
Decision is red card.
I think we found the right one though before that. That Ravekin was the best, isn't it?
Yeah, let's get Sash back, please. Max and Charlie with you until 1. This text says you could do Kvicha Kvaratskhelia every week. I don't think you'd spell it correctly.
That's true.
Whoever texted wrote Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, keep your feedback coming, please. Brilliant game, says this one. Max, it's not a trick question. It's his name. That is that's my catchphrase.
That's his new catchphrase for this
Kurt from the Little Kings. Bring it on home, England. Let's speak to the broadcaster journalist. Oh, let's get it out. We've got his music. Oh, I keep forgetting the music. It's Sam Dalling.
I'm Sam Dalling.
Welcome, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Good morning. I'm glad you remember Max, because that is like the only reason I come on, really.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Look, we've sort of penciled you in to do the Premier League fixture. Doesn't feel, sort of feels like not now, guys. Come on. But like
World Cup on.
But 21st of August, Arsenal Coventry, first game of the season, Friday night, 8 o'clock. It is fun though, that isn't it? Cov's first game reminds me of that Mickey Quinn hat trick at Highbury back in the day.
I did wonder if it was a bit early. I know the fixtures were out this week, but a couple of months away. Yeah, look, the Friday night element for Coventry is probably not ideal if we're going to be looking at the fans' perspective. But yeah, away at the Emirates, Premier League champions, these are the fixtures that, I always find that ultimately, I think it's Aston Villa, did they tweet out or they put out on X that the breaking news was that they will play everyone twice, once home and once away. So the fixtures are a strange thing to celebrate and get all excited about. But yeah, if you're a Coventry fan, you're excited. Arsenal away, these are the games you want. And they'll also, what I find strange about going up from the Championship to the Premier League is for away fans it becomes much cheaper because there is that £30 ticket cap, whereas some of the Championship clubs like to screw you for a little bit of cash. So hey, they can have fun, probably pick up fewer points and save some cash along the way.
For the fans, though, getting a big trip to the Emirates, they'll have been looking forward to that, and then it's on a Friday night. They'll have to take a day off work or whatever. It's a bit disappointing that, but they can have the Saturday off to go and scout the Championship for next season. So that's good, isn't it, Sam?
Yes, and I'm sure they'll all be doing exactly that. And if they weren't planning on it, they will now be making that plan. Is it the bank holiday weekend as well?
Oh, okay.
It feels a long way away, so yeah, they could make a whole long weekend of it in London, see some sights. Why not?
You're a Newcastle fan. You got Liverpool at home. How do you feel about that opening day?
I mean, how do I feel about Liverpool generally at the moment? I mean, it's like this random fixture computer has managed to pluck that one out with Alexander Isak making his return to St James's Park, we assume, and another player that it's a bit like deja vu as a Newcastle fan at the moment. You get these headlines saying Newcastle are set to sign someone. They've had a bid accepted. They're getting all excited. Oh no, Victor Munoz, who had a medical scheduled. Newcastle had people over there, I believe, ready to have a medical with him. And instead, he decided he wanted to go to Liverpool, as happened with Hugo Ekitike last year. So a bit of needle in that one, 4:30. I never enjoy Sunday 4:30 games, to be honest. As a fan, it's a bit of a pain. I know we're sounding a bit cynical, but yeah, that is set up. That is just what Sky want, is Alexander Isak scoring the winner at St James's Park on the opening weekend.
And they run it all. They've got an agenda, so they can just design. And Ipswich play Sunderland. They've talkSPORT understands. We understand things that they're going to appoint Gary O'Neill after the departure of Kieran McKenna. I don't think it's necessarily a bad appointment. I wonder if you're an Ipswich fan, I don't know what you're hoping for, because he's actually done a pretty good job. But you might be sort of under. Is it fair? Maybe I'm being unfair to Gary O'Neill to say it's sort of underwhelming.
I've had exactly the same word in my head, and I actually had to do some research to come on because there's so many managerial changes. Trying to work out who is managing in the Premier League this year, there will be so many debuts. But yeah, I was trying to work that out because is it underwhelming? Is that a bit unfair? Yeah, I think it's
a safe pair of hands, isn't it? And you never, do you ever want to be described as a safe pair of hands? Really, it's like
unless you're a goalkeeper. If you're a goalkeeper, you'd be fine.
Goalkeeper, exactly. But there's no.
But it's exactly what you need when you go into the Premier League, right? It's exactly sort of like when you say it like that, Charlie.
Yeah.
The problem he's got is who he's succeeding, right? I mean, if
I just don't give him
the other way around. If it was the other way round, and McKenna was going into another club, you'd maybe think the same thing. You'd be like, oh, okay, I can't get excited about that, but I will get behind him and we will see what happens. But I think it's because of the McKenna factor and because of the way it's all unravelled, and they weren't expecting it, Ipswich fans. So I suspect their immediate reaction would be, meh, let's ignore football for a little bit.
Difficult.
But I hope he proves them wrong.
It's difficult to think about it, isn't it? Because we are in the middle of a World Cup. It feels like Arsenal won the league 5 minutes ago. And it's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to fill my head with this yet, because this is ages away.
I know what you mean, Charlie.
It's like another country.
I know what you mean, but I am looking at, Cambridge signing Callum Stead from Barnet and getting excited, and then just seeing Tottenham linked with every single midfielder and thinking, well, they're going to sign all of the, Tonali and Adam Wharton, etc. Question on Tonali, actually, Sam. I have no idea what his future is, but as a Tottenham fan, I would love a player who can pass the ball. And I haven't watched enough of Tonali to know, is that his thing?
His thing is that he doesn't stop running. He's obviously a quality footballer. I think Newcastle fans were underwhelmed with him a little bit last season at times. There's clearly things going on at Newcastle, and there's players that either want out and have had enough, or I think they've outgrown the project, or whatever it is. There was a period Bruno Guimaraes actually got injured in a win down at Tottenham, and that was the period where you wanted Sandro Tonali, if he really truly is a £100 million footballer, to take games by the scruff of the neck and actually drive the team on, and he didn't really do that. But I think if he does end up going, the last 6 months of him at Newcastle is not necessarily what will happen at his new club. And I don't think him succeeding at another club would necessarily mean he would have gone on the same trajectory at Newcastle, if that makes sense. It's the same as Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon could score 30 goals for Barcelona next year. Like, he is a high-quality footballer, but I think his time at Newcastle had probably come to an end, and it all run out of gas a little bit there. But he has shown that he can be a quality footballer, Sandro Tonali. In Italy, albeit Italy are one of about 6 teams that aren't actually in this year's World Cup. Italy have built their side around him.
Here's a good storyline for talkSPORT to use, because obviously the first 2 games, Arsenal, Coventry and Hull v Man United, are talkSPORT exclusives, first and only national commentary of the new season. But Hull Man United, Carrick with his new contract, loses away at Hull. First game of the season, pressure's on early.
Do you think, well, I was looking at their fixtures and making that's quite a nice little start. He's not going to come out in his press conference and say it, is he? But I think they've got Hull away and then Ipswich at home. So
loses both those, pressure's on, Sam.
Imagine. Well, that's how football works, isn't it? So he's got his new contract, but he's been there for, what has it been, 6 months. So I don't think it'll feel quite like a fresh start for him under that same pressure. And this, as a child of the 90s, it feels so weird to say that I don't mind Manchester United anymore, and I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing how they go.
And that's an interesting point, that it's come full circle. Eventually it'll be the same for everyone, won't it? I think Spurs go to Brentford opening day, Forest Leeds. I think neither of them will be disappointed. What is that last on match today? Ipswich Sunderland. What's last on match today? Everton Palace. Oh, it's a tough one.
Everton Palace feels a bit 1-1, doesn't it?
I don't know. They could have a good season, Everton. Hard to know. And Fulham Chelsea on Monday night, of course, live on talkSPORT as well on the 24th of August. If for some reason World Cups don't interest you and you're just waiting for the Premier League. Hey, thanks, Sam. Appreciate your time, pal.
You're welcome, gents. Have a good day.
Good man. Broadcast from journalist Sam Dowling there. It is Max and Charlie with you on talkSPORT, where football comes next.
Simon, from Southgate to Tuchel, was this the front-footed difference that you have been wishing?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, for a number of reasons, for the reasons that Brad's laid out in terms of the substitutions, from the manner in which this is rock and roll football. This is what we saw with Jurgen Klopp in the second half. Interesting that Tuchel needs to have a reinforcement at half-time, because you would have assumed that that conversation had happened before the game and that they were told to get on the front foot before the game. And England looked quite nervous when they started, and they weren't, for the first 5 or 10 minutes, I thought they weren't really at it. And you know, I think the performance in the second half, I was sitting next to Brad, and he was saying to me, and I think I'm right in quoting him, is that this is the best attacking formation or attacking performance that we've seen in the World Cup so far, in terms of the way that they put it upon the Croatians. Whatever we may have created in the media about how old this Croatian team is, Troy was saying to me off air that the average age of the Croatians is 28 and a half, whereas our team is 27. We've been walking around under the impression this is a dad's army, just because you've got Luka Modric. So they're not mugs. You know, I think we could have done better with the goals, but notwithstanding that, you know, whatever lessons we think we need to learn defensively, Tuchel will learn them and they'll make some adjustments. But offensively, if you look at that performance, that is as good as you want an England side to play. It's as good as an England side has played on the front foot for a very, very long time. And you look at it, and 4-2 flatters the Croatians to some extent, because England could have had 6 in the second half. So I think it's a great marker. It's a great start to the tournament. It's what the public will want to see. Tuchel is hiding his light behind a bushel, because I would imagine he was very strong in the dressing room at half-time to wake a few people up, because you saw it, they came out of the traps like men possessed. Yeah. You know, the perfect cure to a goal just before half-time is a goal directly after half-time. And that's exactly what England got.
I also thought as well, sorry, I know you got to go to break.
No problem.
But you know, now you see so many managers say buzzwords. Yeah. And he's talking about being aggressive, being on the front foot. He actually means it, doesn't he? You get that sense of, well, when he say we're on the front foot and be brave, if we make this mistake, it's on me. It's not on you, lads. So I think when a manager's that aggressive in what he says and believes it, it's easier for the players there, because you know, ultimately, if we fail, we've all failed. And he's...
Good morning and welcome to the Wheel of Football. And here are your hosts, Max Rush and Charlie Baker. Hello, Charlie.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, so the Wheel of Football, we have 2 competitors, 2 callers, and they will suggest a footballer each. Charlie will draw out a footballer from the punched pocket of footballers.
I won't draw out a footballer. I will draw out a category from the punched pocket.
A category? Oh, yes, of course you will.
They give us
and then
the
we will have a discussion. We'll have a discussion, guys, a polite discussion as to who should get the point. Let's bring our players out. It's Patrick the Villa fan. Hey, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Morning, Rebel MCs.
Oh,
yeah, nice to have you on. Going to behave yourself today, Patrick? How do we feel?
Well, it's been a bit of a mixed week, really, guys. I have to admit, I had to put my dog down on Thursday. Darcy, 15 years old, God love her.
That is sad.
But in better news, I've just received a £50 tea towel for an inferior podcast that I have to subscribe to. So, yang and all that.
Well, may Darcy rest in peace and good dog.
I've heard the tea towel's excellent.
Have empathy in LA, Max.
Say again? Have empathy in LA.
Have empathy in LA.
I will. Empathy starts at about 6 a.m. and it's 3:48 a.m. So, give me a second. Reigning champion, Ben the West Brom fan. Hi, Ben.
Good afternoon, gents, or good morning, gents, should I say. Morning slot, aren't we, today?
Morning.
So, nice, bright and breezy.
Patrick's had to put his dog down, Ben. Do you feel any sympathy at all? Are you going to take it easy?
I do, yeah. It's very sad.
Starting a GoFundMe, you can chip in.
It's a serious game.
I'll give you my bank details later.
Great to see. Great to see respect between the 2 of the finest players of the football, the Wheel of Football.
Don't forget
let's
I'm
play,
grieving
everybody.
here. Come on.
Yeah, well, no, fair enough. And you've got to say respect for Patrick for coming out and playing at this level.
Well, it's what Darcy would have wanted.
Exactly. Okay. Can we have a footballer, please, Ben?
You certainly can. The man with the best nickname in football, Fitzhall.
Fitzhall, yeah.
Fitzhall. Okay, Patrick.
Hold on, sorry. Angel Di Maria Whittaker.
It's a shame.
Angel Di Maria.
Charlie.
The Rebel MC. The Rebel
There we go.
man, the Rebel MC.
Fitzhall or Angel Di Maria? Okay, here we go.
Here it is. Who has been the highest above sea level?
Pop.
Who is laughing there?
Maria, obviously.
Because?
He lives in South America and he's travelled to Manchester every other week, so bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Let's move on.
What are you saying? In the plane?
Well, in the
Is that where
plane
he
doesn't
lives?
count. I think on land. I think we're talking about on land, no?
Yeah.
Right, he's taller than Fitzhall then, so that'll do.
Ben?
Fitzhall is a man mountain of a man, guys. He is. He's always highest above sea level.
Oh, right.
I think. Well, I think I'm just going to check because Angel Di Maria could be from Patagonia, couldn't he? You know, so there are some mountains. I'm going to give it to Di Maria. I think
Angel Di Maria.
Yes, you know it makes sense.
1-0.
Okay, 1-0.
1-0 to Patrick.
1-0. Okay, another footballer.
Another footballer, please. Ben, give us another player.
Roy Essendow, please.
Roy Essendow. Okay, yeah. Wickham legend, I believe. Yes. Patrick.
Rule Sam Fox.
Rule Fox. Okay.
Filthy boy, isn't he, Patrick? He's filthy.
He's disgusting.
Darcy didn't want any of this. This is not good for Darcy's memory, this.
No, it's not.
It's what she would have wanted, believe me.
It's a dirty mutt, wasn't she?
Dirty girl.
Right, let's play.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The category is flosses their teeth every night.
Flosses their teeth every night.
Flosses their teeth every night.
Rule Fox did. He invented coarse grain mustard. So he had to.
Ben?
I know that
Ben.
for a fact.
Interesting.
Well, after Roy's exploits in the Cup against Leicester City, he actually headlined a Colgate advert, and the front line of that was flossing. So I think that can be found on an old advertisement, actually, guys.
All right.
Okay, well, one apiece then.
Know that.
Good stuff.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know about Roy.
That's definitely 1-0.
But there we go, one apiece.
Check them stats, please. Can we get them checked?
Okay, Patrick, a footballer, please.
Sabrina D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
Boys.
Yeah, Sabrina D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Which footballer is that?
He's in Canada, and he loves poutine and gobstoppers.
Okay, fine. Okay, Ben, give us
Ben, footballer, please.
Rene Higuita, please, guys.
Rene Higuita. I've never heard of the Sabrina footballer, I have to say that. So I cannot offer an opinion here.
Here we go.
Rene Higuita. Best dog sitter. Would look after your dog.
Are you rubbing it in, Charlie?
That is a shame, isn't it? This week of all weeks for that one to come out.
My God, heartless.
I think that's Darcy.
Thank you.
That's Darcy making me pull that one out. I can only apologise.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But Ben, give us the. What do we think Higuita would be good at that, Ben?
Oh, yeah, Higuita with a haircut like a poodle as he had. He must have been a great dog sitter.
Would have looked like his dog. Sorry?
Stop talking about dogs, please.
Okay, 2-1 to Ben. 2-1 to Ben. Let's crack on. Here we go.
Want to talk about it? Okay, very good.
He didn't want to talk about it.
Next dog.
Footballer, please. Footballer, please, Ben.
Can I play Polo One Shot, please, Max?
You can play Paolo One Shot. Of course you can. Okay, Patrick.
Pat, it's a bit personal, Max.
That's a bit. I
Put it
feel
up to me now,
like
you've
we've
been
spoken
mentioning
enough
dogs
now,
all
Pat.
afternoon.
Yeah, come on,
Jeez,
P-Dog.
Ian Walker.
The Paolo One Shot.
Paolo One Shot versus Ian
And the
Walker.
category
Fantastic curtains.
is it's a classic. The person with the best singing voice.
Ian Walker. Ian Walker.
Paolo with the Costa Rican flair, Costa Rican musician. Music in his soul did Paolo have as he danced.
Waffle, mate. Waffle.
Did you see the way he skipped through that United defence that day for Derby? A man with music in his soul can only move like that, guys.
I can't imagine Ian Walker singing.
No, he played the recorder, Ian Walker.
How do you know? You don't even know him.
I do actually.
All right, do you prove it?
Great guy, terrible musician. Unlucky.
You can keep your GoFundMe money.
Yeah. Max, you're the judge, Max.
Well, for some reason, I think Ian Walker gets it because I quite want a 2-2 because I want a decider. Here we go.
Here we go.
This for, although I am obviously taking it very seriously, this then to win and become the champion. Will Ben keep his crown or will Patrick the Villa fan take it? Let's go. Give us a footballer, please, Ben.
I will play Rufus Brevitt, please, Max.
Rufus
nice
Brevitt.
choice.
Great choice. Okay, Patrick.
Sounds like a sandwich maker. Thomas the Hammer Hitzelsberger.
Thomas Hitzelsberger.
Okay, and the category is most likely to help load the dishwasher.
Okay. Okay. Carry on, Ben.
Rufus is a kind soul, and as we know, Thomas is a German, and they're very anti-loading dishwasher. They do everything by hand.
I didn't know that.
That sounded a bit. I'm not sure about that. That was a bit xenophobic, wasn't it, Patrick? I agree with you a little bit.
I'm grieving here.
We didn't.
From him.
This game isn't built on pity, guys, is it? I don't think.
Waffle boy, back in your kennel. It's Thomas the Hammer Hitzelsberger all day long.
You've got a spare kennel at the minute, haven't you?
Oh my God. Yes, that's phone number.
I think refs called it off. It's too hard.
Match abandoned.
Match abandoned.
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
Next week.
Next week. It's unbelievable. It's a draw.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Patrick. Good stuff. What a game. Rest in peace, Darcy. I enjoyed it tremendously. God, good. What we just want is a result from this game.
I know.
But these things keep happening, don't they?
Keeps happening. It's
It's really hard to spend my time Googling Rufus Brevitt to see if a dishwasher is mentioned. What happened to my life, Charlie?
Did you Google Rufus Brevitt dishwasher?
No, I just Googled Rufus Brevitt. Okay. I didn't have time for that. I'm doing a radio show. I don't have time.
Yeah, of course.
But we will find out. I still need to message Craig Johnston.
Yeah, we need that from a while back.
For the complete.
It's a good game, though, wasn't it? It was a very good game. Very 2-2, though, again. You can't believe it, can you?
Yeah. This is some feedback. Listening to talkSPORT as always, and then turning off. Don't know who's on, but it's the worst talkSPORT ever heard. That guy in the background, Patrick, I think was awful. How dare you?
Someone anonymous.
He's at least the world number 2 at
That's
the wheel
from someone anonymous with no life, no humour.
They might have a life.
Very boring person.
They might
very boring person who doesn't like change or difference or anyone trying anything new.
It's Max
Just
and Charlie.
Straight line guy.
We're 4-4-2. That's what he wants. Shabana Hearn join us. We'll look back on Scotland's defeat in Morocco in just a sec.
We're talking about that in great detail on yesterday's show about whether or not he should start, how much game time he should have. Because he's Cristiano Ronaldo, I think there's so much pressure on the manager, Roberto Martinez, to pick him, to start him, etc. What's your view on a situation like that? What do you do, Rio?
Well, Roberto Martinez is paid the money to make this decision, and I think it's the way that he handles that it will be key. I think if he was going to attempt to kind of take Cristiano Ronaldo out of the team, I think it's all about the narrative. I think it's all about approaching him and going, listen, if he thinks this is how I'll do it. We've got a better chance of winning it for you coming on with 30 minutes to go when the opposition are tired, when their limbs are all weary, lactic acid is building up in all these players' legs, and they see Cristiano Ronaldo warming up on the side, and you come on and terrorise them and capitalise on that in the latter stages of the games. Do you think anyone's going to be bothered when you lift that trophy as our captain? No. So here we go. You're going to start some games, but then some you're not going to start. But that's part of the plan. And at 41 years old, I'm sure that Cristiano would understand that because, listen, we all know, Benny, you're the same. When we were getting older, things weren't working as quickly, as smoothly as they once were. But there's no denying the guy's potent. When the ball drops in the box, if you had three players to the top three players in the world for the ball to drop to, he'd be one of the guys you wanted to drop to even still now because he's that potent. He's got almost 1,000 goals. But listen, if it was down to me, I think I would take that same approach I just mentioned there. I'd pull him in and out of games depending on the opponents. And I'd just have to make sure that I talk to him and make sure.
It's not often a World Cup great is known for his time on the pitch and in the dugout. Franz Beckenbauer is one of 3 men to win the tournament, both as a player and manager, and Der Kaiser's tenure with West Germany is iconic. We all know Beckenbauer as that grizzled warrior, so seeing him here, a young, fresh-faced 21-year-old, doesn't feel right, does it? 1966 was his first World Cup, when he was already building a reputation for his strong, marauding play, playing the libero or sweeper role for Bayern Munich. He had to act as a more traditional centre-back for the national team, though. West Germany fell short, losing in the final to England, but you already know that. Despite revenge over England in the quarters 4 years later, a game in which Beckenbauer was keen to get stuck in, West Germany were knocked out by Italy in the semi-finals. At 25 years old, he had a bronze medal, a silver medal, and the gold was coming. In 1974, West Germany didn't lose a single game on their way to winning their first title. And to top it all off, it was on home soil. And this was the team they beat to it, their fierce, total footballing rivals, the Netherlands, a team fronted by Johan Cruyff. Beckenbauer shocked the world when in 1977, aged just 32, he retired from international football to go and play for the New York Cosmos. The world went mad. But when you're going to go and be teammates with this guy, I mean, yeah, fair. Beckenbauer did come back to the West Germany national team, but as a manager in 1986. His task, get through the World Cup without embarrassment. But they reached the final and only lost to Argentina and their iconic captain, who, let's be honest, at the time was unstoppable. Beckenbauer returned for one final World Cup at Italia 90, where he got his revenge. West Germany beat Argentina in the final, and Beckenbauer became, at the time, only the second man after Brazil's Mario Zagallo to win the World Cup both as player and manager. So across 5 World Cups as a player and manager, he got a bronze medal, 2 silvers, and lifted the cup twice. That smile tells you everything you need to know.
Fortunately, I don't think we played very well tonight at all. I think Morocco deserved the win and probably could have scored a lot more. I think Morocco are a better team than Brazil. I think they were going to cause us more problems, especially in the midfield. Their number 6, Boudaoui's incredible. He'll be...
No, it's not over for Scotland, but I thought Steve Clark was too passive. The first half, way too passive. Second half, a lot better, but we played in the last 20 minutes the way we should have played in the first 90 minutes. I was just too passive.
It's Max and Charlie here on the warm-up. Where's our Ecuador music? Where's the Ecuador ref?
music? They've only got one button, Max. Remember, it's one button.
It's the top of the hour.
We've got one teenager with their phone on the back of a bus.
No, that's fair. That's fair. We understand how this works. Here we go.
Here it comes any minute now.
Number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
I bet Shaban would dance to this.
Yeah, here we go. Watch, wait for the drop, Shaban.
You are listening to Warm Up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 1. Let's join Shaban and then. How was it after the game, Shaban?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you
guys.
pushed and pushed, but just couldn't do it.
That woke me up. Can't we just do more dancing? Can we just do more of
Just a bit
that?
more dancing, yeah.
We can do whatever you want.
Morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Of course, we're 5 hours behind you here, so I feel like I've literally just went to bed and then woke up 10 minutes later. Definitely slept in. Definitely I'm gone full 4 eyes today because my eyes are in pieces from watching that last night and concentrating and the stress of it. I felt so stressed watching that game. I mean, the first obviously couple of minutes was horrendous. The worst possible start I think I've seen from any team at a major tournament. We absolutely collapsed. But I am impressed as how quickly we kind of got ourselves back together.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, guys, I have a really, it's a fabulous seat you get when you do this job. You're basically sat on a pitch, just the right-hand side of the goal. So honestly, that goal from Morocco would have taken my head clean off. You know, if there was no net, it was just an absolutely wonderful goal as well. But a little mistake from Hanley. We've seen them before, which is a shame. Gunn did not stand a chance, but I actually think it was a good game at the end of that. You know, I think we put in a really decent shift and showed that we've got a lot more to give, and hopefully we can take that to Brazil. But all of that said, Brazil are fantastic and a great side, so I'm not expecting too much after that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you were better in this game than the Haiti game, I thought. McGinn was better, McTominay was better, and you just sort of think it's the creating the chances, right? I mean, it's the hardest thing in football. We all know that, but you felt like there was so much momentum that there would be the moment, and I guess the moments are the possible penalties, aren't they?
Yeah, and then if you're a Kenny McLean, I spoke to him yesterday, and Kieran Tierney yesterday. You just don't go away focusing on that, you know. And I like that about them. I like that about the guys. Even Steve Clark, he didn't rue too much about it, you know. Whereas I did. I was sitting there going, "Ref, what are you doing?" Like, he was such a frustrating referee. I felt that there was definite opportunities that should have gone our way, and had they gone our way, it would have been a very different outcome. But I'm trying to take the approach of the players, and they're not wanting to focus on it too much. And they said that they could have been better in places. I agree with you. I think McTominay was more at it when he gets stuck in instead of flouncing. I think he's got so much more to offer. So hopefully we see that against Brazil. I said yesterday, going into the game, I trust Steve Clark. I trust what he's done to get us here. So you have to go with it. But why Ben Gannon-Doak wasn't on at the start of the game was just so frustrating, because he's one player who kind of matches up to Morocco's style. He'll match up to Brazil's kind of flair. So get him on the pitch.
Yeah, but then then you can't bring him on, can you? If you start him, you can't bring him on. So it's a toss-up, isn't it?
I mean, you go defensively, right? You think Morocco are really good. We've got to be solid and tight. And then 2 minutes inside, Barry does that. Sorry, Charlie.
So I was just going to say, I mean, look, a lot's been written and said about the Tartan Army and how amazing they are, and it looks unbelievable. The envy at watching the march to Fenway Park and singing all those songs, and absolutely looks an amazing fan experience. But you've got to give them something to celebrate eventually, haven't you, Shaban? I mean, obviously they did in the first game, but at some point they've got to get through and have a great moment actually on the pitch as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it isn't just constantly patronising, going, great fans,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I think we know our strengths. We haven't been at a World Cup in 28 years, so we can't rock up here thinking that it's all going to be beautiful football and, surprising teams like Morocco or Brazil. And yeah, Haiti, I expected a lot more, but we still got a win. We haven't had that in 35 years until the other night. So I suppose you do have to check yourself and go, right, calm down. Like, what do you want? What do you want from this? And I actually think the experience in itself has been incredible. We've had a win. The fans were still partying last night because the last 20 minutes we looked like a really good side. So you'll celebrate that, But I agree with what you're saying. You want those moments. You want something special to really celebrate. And I think the fans do deserve that. But, against Morocco, were we expecting that to be our night to celebrate? If we were, then I think it would have been just a draw. And the way it started, I think that, considering we got ourselves back together, I really wish we'd got something out of that. And I think if the referee had more cop on, maybe we would have.
Yeah, I think you're unlucky with the penalties, but they were both sort of those board. And the McGinn one does look like a foul to me, I think. But look, you're right, because it's only 5 World Cup wins ever, so you have to celebrate that. And I think when the dust settles, like the chances of you getting something from Brazil is unlikely. And when the dust settles, you go, look, I think we all slightly underestimated Haiti. I thought they looked quite good against Brazil yesterday, and so it was never going to be just a 5-0. Like, they're a good attacking footballing team, and he did well to win that game. But I suppose it just comes down to this. Football is a funny game. You never know. And of all the teams to get something from, right? Brazil in Miami in that heat would be unbelievable, Shaban.
Yeah. And guys, the temperatures were okay here yesterday. The last couple of days have been really windy. So even last night during the hydration breaks, I was going, have a quick sip of water, but have a conversation now that this is an opportunity to see where we can improve in this game. And I think it did help us that way. However, that all said, Miami, we've already had a heat warning for the day of Scotland's game because it's expected to be hotter than usual.
Right.
So, that'll work for us.
Yeah, and it's usually hot, Shaban. Like, it's hotter than usual.
It's usually hot in Miami.
Yeah.
So, I kind of think if we've not capitalised as well in those conditions last night, and in those conditions we're getting a few more goals maybe against Haiti, then, it's going to be hard for us now, but we're still third place. We can still be one of those 8 best teams who finish third and maybe get out. We just now have to really guard that goal difference and make sure it doesn't drop any further. Actually, 1-0 against Morocco, that's not bad. But the start was shocking. Like, I couldn't... You're watching it, just the wind comes out of everyone.
Yeah.
You actually felt you've got the Tartan Army literally on your back, and you just felt this huge wave of disappointment and shocked fans just standing there, arms folded. Then they all sat down, and that's the most I think we've ever sat down since we've arrived in Boston, over 2 times. So, we were all stunned, and you've got to give it to Morocco. They're absolutely sensational. And it was a good second-half performance. Let's try and take that to Brazil.
Yeah.
Let's maybe try and nick a goal. Let's try and nick a moment. That would be great. And we'll see where we go from there. But either way, do you know what, guys? Came out the stadium late last night, and everyone's still partying. It's like that was a win last night because we didn't concede anymore.
Will you miss Boston, Shaban? Are you looking forward to Miami?
I can't wait to get to Miami because I've heard good things. If you've got any recommendations,
It's
guys,
a weird
send
place.
them out.
Never been
It's
to
a
Miami.
weird-
Never been to
I've
Miami.
been to Miami, like South
What do you
Beaches.
mean weird?
I mean, there is so much. I'm in LA at the moment, and LA is quite plastic surgery, right? But Miami South Beach is just one of the weirdest places where people are in like bikinis and like $1 million high heels walking down the beach, and they don't look like people because they've had so much work. It's in sort of insane. It is an insane place. The other tip is don't try and cycle to the art district, Wynwood, because you cycle right through the projects. And me and Jamie were once cycling through, and this woman just walked out of a bar and went, "You guys have to get out of here." And if you're on hire bikes, you're quite slow going past the cars that are burnt out and stuff. But it is a great city. Like, I would say Boston is more me than mine. You've
Yeah.
got people are different, Shaban. Maybe you'll get some work done. You could, you could come out with a totally
You
new
know
face.
I need it. You know I need it, guys. Maybe they won't be offended by the state of my C-section scar on the beach, But listen, I've loved Boston. I've loved every bit of Boston. It's been absolutely incredible that I'm not ready for this to be. We're leaving in a couple of hours to go to the airport, but I'm not ready for this to be over here because it has been superb. They're now twinning the cities, Glasgow and Boston. But maybe we've had some good times here. It has been kind to us. It could have been a lot worse, right? Could always be worse.
Totally.
You've been brilliant, Shaban.
There's always hope. Good stuff, Shaban. You're doing a great job. You're doing
Thanks,
a great
guys.
job.
Speak to you
Cheers,
soon.
Shaban
Love you.
Ahern
Speak
there.
soon.
Take care, Shaban Ahern there. So Scotland, Brazil, live on talkSPORT is it on Friday? I think it is. Anyway, Max and Charlie with you until 1. Let's go to Sam Allard at the Oval. Hey, Sam.
Hi, Max. Glenn Phillips, Centurion in the first innings, 3 runs in the second innings. New Zealand now 307 for 6. He was put on his backside after a brilliant Jofra Archer bouncer which came through with pace, and maybe Glenn Phillips was just sitting deep in his crease expecting another Jofra Archer bouncer, because when the full and wide one came, there was no foot movement. He just sort of threw his hands at the wide ball, thick outside edge, well caught by Jacob Bethel at gully. So New Zealand resumed this morning on 252 for 3. They've added, 55 runs, the loss of 3 wickets. So England are fighting hard this morning. Jofra Archer has another wicket. Nathan Smith has just arrived at the crease. At the other end is Daryl Mitchell, who's just got to 50. A nice reverse sweep he played off Joe Root to get there. New Zealand 308 for 6, leading England by 408 runs.
Cheers, Sam. Max and Charlie here till 1. John Bruin will join us next. We'll pick a moment of the day from the World Cup, and we'll do some transfer stuff too.
Well, we're talking about Arsenal because the press are talking about Arsenal.
Squeezed Arsenal into a World Cup show.
You're about to hear. Are you Arsenal in disguise? In the Daily Mail. Yeah, we're going there. We're going there.
Who's written that? Is that you? Is that by Laura Coke Francis?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's my first line in the Daily
well
Mail.
Done. Congratulations.
The Nation joins Gunners fans in praise of Rice's corners.
Oh, come on. This is... Benty and I were out hobnobbing with the Rich and Famous last night, or maybe Rich and Shameless, and we were talking to Piers Morgan.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he asked the same question about Declan Rice's corners, and I'm like, he's just taking the corner, the fella.
Mate, no.
I love Declan. You know that.
Hey,
but unless you've got Harry Kane running onto it, a corner's only as good as the finish.
No, look at Arsenal doing all season, and people have criticised us for that.
You just bullied goalkeepers, you smashed goalkeepers out of the way.
That's so right. So the hypocrisy here is loud and clear. In the Daily Mail, which I've just messed up there, they're calling it dark arts in praise of the dark arts that England have employed at corners, which you've been very vocal about.
We're not doing those corners at the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Declan's doing outswingers.
Did you see the amount of... So do Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when it's an in-swing, everyone's smashing into the keeper. These are outswings. Harry Kane's running onto them.
Now, all the blocks, I saw the blocks the other night, England.
Yeah, so just to be clear, corner's good, but corner's not good when Arsenal do it. In-swing are good, outswing are bad.
Unless Harry Kane's on the end of them,
so safe to say, according to you, and I think I speak on behalf of Arsenal Nation here, I'm not allowing you to enjoy us having corners, if that's all right. So as far as you're concerned, it was 3-2.
I'll speak on
right?
the rest of the nation,
Please
right? And I don't like your attitude.
I love it.
Yeah, I the hypocrisy.
No, here's what's going to happen. Yep. So you, of course, won't remember, and neither will I, but in 1966, when England won the World Cup, right? Jeff Hurst scored 3 and Martin Peters scored the other one, and Bobby Moore lifted it. And West Ham, for years, were like, West Ham won the World Cup. And this is exactly what you're doing now with Arsenal.
It is exactly what we're doing.
Right.
But
Declan Rice took the corner. Now, I love Declan, so I don't want to say this, but out of everyone that played, who got the lowest marks?
You don't believe that?
I don't believe that.
Declan was very...
Yeah, with the World Cup now fully underway, round 2 of talkSPORT's Predict 6 is officially live, and it's a rollover. We've upped the prize pot to a whopping £35,000. Just predict 6 outcomes for a shot at that 35k. Head to talksport.com/predict6 by 6 p.m. tonight. That is talksport.com/predict6 for your chance to win £35,000. Entries close tonight at 6 p.m. T's and C's apply. UK only, 18 plus, 1 entry per customer. Good luck. Time now to look at today's So Good moment of the day with Meantime.
The So Good moment of the day on talkSPORT with Meantime. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good Lager for the World Cup. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
John Bruin again. The loser, John Bruin again.
Hey, John, how are you?
The loser, yes, how am I?
It's gives with one hand that song and takes with the other, doesn't it, John? John Bruin again, the loser. Sad.
What a man Errol was.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Is, was? Don't know.
I think it's a was, unfortunately, yes. Signed to Apple Records, the Beatles.
Two different stories.
So there you go.
Interesting. We've got to pick a moment of the day. I don't know where you want to go, John. I mean, I sort of feel Almiron's red card feels like a... I
Do you know
feel
what?
a bit sorry for him, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose being the first to be caught for that offence is you're setting a history that you don't really want to. Sent off by Salvadorian referee Ivan Barton, Warren's distant relation, who's... you know, when he goes to the VAR and he issues the reasons for the red card, didn't he sound so angry? Did you notice
We've
this?
got it. Let's play it. It's so good. We've played it a million times today already, John, but let's play it again.
Number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it?
And, I mean, that might be the moment of the World Cup, really. And it sets a... we talk about precedent so often, don't we, in football? And hearing that in a northern accent is going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah, really good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Utter fury. After review, we're going to get Howard Webb. Come on,
Utter
get
fury.
our
Is that
reps.
one of the? Is that Tyson's cousin?
It is. Yeah, it was. I don't know, because it felt like muscle memory from Almiron just doing that. I don't know. I mean, we could have. There was some big moments. That side Barry goal was brilliant yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Johnny Placide's save from. I know it was offside, but when he tipped that one onto the bar from Martinelli, I enjoyed that tremendously. And shame on Alisson for not letting in that header from a corner, because I really wanted Haiti to score a goal, John.
Yeah, and also not most much a moment as a vibe of just Turkey just doing their thing of being well-regarded dark horses going to a tournament and being utterly rubbish. It's just, it's, we need Turkey in a tournament, I think. We really do.
Why were they so rubbish, you think? They just haven't...
Got some good players.
I know. What's gone wrong there, John?
I'm not sure. I mean, almost like every time you look at them, and I suppose that the Turkish diaspora of players spreads across Europe, and you think, well, yeah, this is a real quality group, and it's Montella, isn't it? It's the coach, and he's just not managed to sort it.
I don't think he's going to be the coach for much longer.
Well, no. You'd be lucky to see out the tournament, but it's a shame. It's a shame, because that is a real footballing nation, isn't it? That really, and yeah, they just, whatever it is, and every time you look at the talent within them and you think, this could be it, but it never is, or hasn't been for a long time. Yeah.
Maybe it's the same players that they just keep getting older and having their teeth done and their hair done, so they just keep... It's been the same squad for the last 12 years.
Now, do you know what? I'm starting to feel slightly guilty, John, that I do still refresh the gossip columns. You know, like
Yes.
in when I've got a spare moment, which is a bit silly because I'm watching a lot of football. I should do something else. But very excited to see Spurs interested in Adam Wharton. I mean, come on, please, John, make it happen
amazing,
for me.
wouldn't it? That'd be perfect.
Yeah. We're both fans, aren't we, Max? Yeah,
big fans.
We had an exchange the other night, didn't we, during the England game when England could keep the ball against Croatia? The answer was, of course, Adam Wharton. Of course, it was Adam Wharton, but he is sunning himself somewhere, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be one of those players that everybody wants this summer. Liverpool have been linked to him for an awful long time, and I suspect that may be the direction he's headed in. If there is to be a new Tottenham under Roberto De Zerbi. He's the type of player that, and you know what? He's very Spurs as well, isn't he?
But I think it's a great move for him. You're saying it's a great move. He'd play, he'd play as much as he could play, wouldn't he? They might even build that midfield around him. And you just go. If he wants to play and get in the England team, which I'm assuming he does,
yes,
and play a whole season, and have a team that loves him and a fan base that loves him, then this would be a great move for him, John.
Yeah, it would. I'm slightly worried that you might be saying that Spurs is a stepping stone to go somewhere else.
No, I don't mean as a stepping. I don't mean as a stepping. I mean as a stepping stone.
Everywhere's a stepping stone.
I mean as a place for him to be able to play week in, week out, like he does at Palace.
Yes. Well, he played an awful lot for Palace, didn't he? I mean, he played like 50 odd games, I think, last season, and he is as I said before, he just seems like a real Spurs player, stroking it around the. Well, it's not.
Why do you think he's not been selected, John? He's the one for me that I go, yeah. Why is he not in the? He's the Jordan Henderson question.
Yeah, I suppose it might just be a simple equation of odd man out for Thomas Tuchel, that he couldn't fit the various equations, and in Thomas Tuchel's case, it will be equations to fit into that squad. It would appear to me, especially in that first half, as I said, a player that can just thread it together, read passes ahead of of the next move and stuff like that. Almost a junior Scholes, that type of player. No, not the Scholes he did that well in international tournaments, but it just. I would agree with you that he's the player that they would, that if England, and this will happen. If England play an opponent and they find themselves unable to hold the ball and someone stroke the ball around and maintain possession, that's the player that I feel England are going to miss.
Yeah. Speaking of Liverpool, they've hijacked Newcastle's move for Victor Munoz. I don't know how much Munoz you've seen. They want Yan Diomande. It's quite interesting. They spent so much last year, but there is work for Iraola to do, isn't there, in recruitment?
Yes. Well, I mean, Mohamed Salah's gone, of course. So it's a huge hole in the team, despite his problems last season. And that obviously opens a huge hole in the wage bill. Liverpool did have a very high wage bill that they've wanted to cut down. Newcastle thought they got this deal done. They really did. It didn't happen for reasons as yet unknown. But if you are Munoz and you get to work with the coming force in football, as we've got to see Andoni Iraola, that deal has been done, Munoz. And then this Diomande guy, he's one of those that is discussed. If I, like you, push refresh all the time on transfers, he's the guy that appears on News Now, on X and all the rest of it. Yeah. Everybody wants this guy, and they're going to have to pay awful lot of money for him. So let's see if that gets done.
What do you make of Gary O'Neill to Ipswich?
Interesting one. It seems a slightly a change of direction, doesn't it? I mean, obviously Gary O'Neill is proven in keeping a team in the Premier League, as he did very well with Bournemouth. That went wrong when Kieran McKenna's more expansive style of play didn't really work in the Premier League. Gary O'Neill's a promising coach. Gary O'Neill has shown on TV how promising a coach he is a couple of times. He's gone through he's been on Monday Night Football and shown how he stopped various teams. And I suppose we should be glad that an English manager is getting a decent job there. And he's obviously well thought of because the Bluco project took him to Strasbourg. I think, despite the fact that Iraola did such a good job at Bournemouth, I think a lot of fans would suggest he did a good job there as well. Wolves, it went wrong, though Gary O'Neill could quite honestly argue that a lot of stuff has gone wrong at Wolves, and that might necessarily be his fault. The transfer dealings of that club are what cost them. Interesting one. Good talk of Gary O'Neill. I remember he did quite a good job with Cunha, who scored in the World Cup last night. Wolves.
Good point.
So. Interesting choice. They haven't decided to go for. Gary O'Neill isn't a designer manager, is it? Because we're in the world, aren't we, of appointing a guy that's worked at Bayer Leverkusen or the RB empire. And Gary O'Neill, despite having worked for the Blue Co, isn't quite a designer guy.
No.
Maybe a little bit unfashionable, I would suppose. But do you know what? Ipswich, no offence, Ipswich, they're one of those clubs that are described as unfashionable, aren't they, in the annals of football history? When Alf Ramsey won the title with them, they were unfashionable Ipswich. So maybe
Gary will do that.
Exactly. That's what could happen, isn't it? Yeah.
Good stuff, John. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you, John.
All the best, chaps.
John Bruin there, broadcaster and journalist. That was today's So Good moment of the day with Meantime. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good lager for the World Cup. I'll have a pint of talkSPORT, please. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus. Always drink responsibly.
The So Good moment of the day on talkSPORT with Meantime. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good lager for the World Cup. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus. Always drink responsibly.
Talking about Jude Bellingham, because of his talent, because of his ability, Kyle, he's often the focus of attention, isn't he? I mean, tell us, I mean, you've been in the same dressing room as him. What's he like as a person?
No, he's good, and I think he carries a lot of weight on his shoulders for such a young boy. I think people probably forget how young he is. Obviously, he's gone on from leaps and bounds from Birmingham City to Dortmund to now playing for, one of, if not the biggest clubs in the world. But I was saying it before, I think Morgan Rogers is a great player. I played with him at City. He's done unbelievable for Villa. But I just think in them moments, Jude Bellingham probably pips him just because of the big game moments, and last night proved that.
Yeah.
How good is he? Because you've been in training with him, you played with him. Because when we watch him, I just see someone who can score left foot, right foot. I see someone who can get box to box, good in the air. Looks like the complete player.
Yeah, I think, he's an all-rounder. He can tackle, he can defend, he can attack, he scores goals. As you just said, left, right foot, he's got an engine on him. Is he a silky number 10 that we're probably used to seeing in the Premier League? Probably not. He's more of a powerhouse, but, in these conditions that they're playing the World Cup in like this, it could work to our advantage with having him, Declan and, Anderson, that all have good engines on them and then can get up and down the pitch.
Does it ever get to him, the sort of criticism that he gets, the media attention that he gets?
I think probably it does. I think probably it does some way, but I don't think you can let it get to you. I think when you're a big football player like that with a name that you've got, obviously you're going to hear and you're going to see. People are going to tell you what people are saying, but you have to take that pressure. You're Jude Bellingham. You're Jude Bellingham, and you've got that pressure on your shoulder. You're playing for Real Madrid and also representing England in the number 10 jersey, so you've got to deal with it.
We've seen a few months ago, there were journalists saying that he shouldn't be involved because there was reports that Jude Bellingham makes the older players, they're scared to play because he's so much of a character. And I was like,
more cowbell.
Good afternoon. It is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie with you till 1. Let's go and talk to our England correspondent, Faye Carruthers. I heard there's a delay on the line, so I'll say hello, Faye Carruthers, over.
Yes. Hello, Max Rushden and Charlie Baker, over.
Good stuff. Before we do England, you watched Messi train yesterday with Argentina. I imagine that was an absolute bun fight.
Oh, yeah, it was. Do you know what? It actually wasn't as busy as the first time we went to go and watch him train. The first week we arrived in Kansas City, where all the world's media turned up to watch Argentina, specifically Lionel Messi, of course, in what we expect to be his last World Cup. Sixth record. I mean, that's a record. That's incredible. His sixth World Cup. Scored 3 goals already, topping the goal-scoring charts. You know, he's going to set the tournament alight. He looked amazing in training. It's just wonderful to watch a player of that stature in close proximity. Popped a goal with his left foot into a 2.5-foot goal. You know, one of the training-sized kids ones from distance. Yeah, it was amazing. Argentina obviously play on Monday against Austria, day before England. So, yeah, they're looking pretty strong.
And you know what, for all of us who understand football and know that Messi is obviously better than Ronaldo, how great that Messi had that day and then Ronaldo completely stunk the place out, Faye.
Well, yeah. There's nothing else more I can say about that. Yes, indeed. Isn't it amazing? Debate settled, perhaps. And actually, my producer told me this incredible stat, which you'll love, Max, because we're on the same side with that, in that Messi has scored 9 goals in the World Cup since Ronaldo scored his last goal in the World Cup, which was in 2022. Thought you might like that one.
No, I do, and actually Portugal just, you know, like he had to take Ronaldo off. You know, if you're bringing Ramos on, you've got to put him on for Ronaldo. But anyway, let's talk about England. I mean, it was so enjoyable, wasn't it, Faye? And like it has been enjoyable. It's only the first game, but I just felt a real sort of, you know, the shirt weighing light on the players. That's what it felt like.
In the second half, most definitely. In the first half, it was weighing very heavily. I was behind the goal, Jordan Pickford's goal in the first half, so I was watching the defence at close quarters, and it was stressful, really stressful. We just couldn't get out of our own half in the opening 10 minutes. It was really tricky. We were getting, you know, penned in on the left-hand side in like a cul-de-sac, and you could see Thomas Tuchel enraged on the touchline, like pushing the players to drive forward more with the ball and pass the ball out more to the right rather than the left, because Nico O'Reilly looked, you know, it's his first major tournament, he's a young lad, he looked nervous, and the back line just didn't quite settle. And I think that was our biggest concern going into the tournament was defence, and there's a question mark over how much football John Stones has played in the Premier League this season, and we knew that, and he doesn't comfortably play on the left-hand side of a defence either. Mark Gahey does, and I did expect Mark Gahey and Ezri Konsa to be paired together, but clearly, you know, the experience of John Stones and what he's done in an England shirt previously, and how impressed Thomas Tuchel has been with him, got him the nod ahead. And, you know, I think John Stones is a wonderful player, but I wonder whether there may be a change in the back line for the next game. We'll see.
Declan Rice, I don't think he limped off, but he didn't look like he was moving particularly well when he came off. Is there any update on that, Faye?
Yeah, I saw him in the tunnel, and he didn't look comfortable when he was walking, but, you know, that might be load. But then Thomas Tuchel confirmed in the press conference afterwards that he wasn't moving comfortably. He'd lost the ball a couple of times in midfield, which is very unlike Declan Rice. And when he spoke to him, he said he had a bit of a lower back and top part of his hamstring problem, so maybe around his glute area. So, you know, we'll get to see training today at 11:15 our time, trying to mentally work that out. 5:15 I think that is in the UK, and we'll be able to take a look at Declan Rice and see how he's moving and how he is, and also take a look at Bukayo Saka as well, because he didn't take part in the training game against Sporting Kansas the other day. He's obviously managing this Achilles injury that we've known about for a little while. Said himself that he was, you know, ready to go and ready to gamble on his fitness, and he looked great when he went out there. You know, gave the assist for Marcus Rashford's 4th goal. So So, we'll see whether or not 20, 25 minutes in his legs were helpful and how he is as well.
Good stuff, Faye. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you,
Have a
Faye.
good day.
Take care. See you soon.
Faye Carruthers there. Let's go from the States to the Oval. Sam Allard watching England v New Zealand in the second test. It's going to be tricky to win it from here, Sam, I reckon.
Yes, I mean, it would have to be already the leader's 425. It'd have to be a record run chase in Test match cricket if England were to chase this down. This is a strange passage of the Test match where, again, New Zealand effectively 425 for 6. We're all just kind of waiting to get to sort of late in the afternoon session where New Zealand's lead is around 525, 550, and they declare, and then it's, can England, they're going to have to try and defend, 4.5 sessions max. If this was sort of 6 months ago, or at any point previous in the Bazball era, they look everybody in the eye and say, we're going to try and chase down 525, try and chase down 550. I think based on the really early parts of this Test match summer, I think England's approach, thankfully, is going to be a little bit different. Sure, I think when they can, they're looking to play shots. I do think overall, though, they are looking to be a little bit more watchful, sort of play Test cricket properly. So I'm quite intrigued to see how a Brendan McCullum-led England team is going to try and get through 4.5 sessions to save this Test match, because winning it is not going to be possible. It's about trying to bat and bat and bat for around 120, 130 overs and try and save this Test match.
Do you know what? I think there'd be such joy from real cricket aficionados if they went in and they just left everything alone and just just padded it away and just got a draw, because that's tough. I don't know what the pitch is doing now, Sam, but that is never easy on a day 4, day 5 pitch, is it?
No, but you're right, Max. It'd be great to see, wouldn't it? Just like Harry Brook with a strike rate of 25. Ben Duckett leaving balls early in his innings, which he doesn't like to do as a Test match opener. I think I was at Lord's last week, and I think Duckett did leave a ball early on. He got a cheer from the Lord's crowd, just Ben Duckett leaving a ball outside, because that's sort of where we got to. But you're right, Max. It would be good to see England show some fight. Because going back to the Ashes series, it almost felt like Australia didn't even have to work hard for their 20 wickets. They almost had to put the ball in and around kind of the top of off stump and wait for England batsmen to play kind of the big booming expansive drives, and sure, a couple would go away to the boundary, but there'd be edges, there'd be chops on. So yeah, I'm fascinated for it. It's been a frustrating Test match. If you go back to the start of day 2, and England had New Zealand 280 for 7, England in a decent position. There was a bad morning session for England where the 8th wicket partnership, they put on nearly 100 runs. I mean, Joe Root only captaining because Ben Stokes isn't here. Didn't have a particularly good morning session. Jofra Archer didn't bowl for 90 minutes. They went for the short ball tactic, which didn't work. They then took the new ball and brought Jacob Bethel into the attack, 7 overs into the second new ball, when it felt like the Test match didn't get away from England on that morning. But at 280 for 7, you were kind of hoping to bowl New Zealand out for under 300. They ended up getting near 400, and kind of from that moment on, Max, it did feel as if England were sort of behind the Test match quite early on.
Yeah. Well, we wait and see.
That's all we can do.
And Athens. Chris Tavares, get him out there.
Let's hope for the most un-Bazball day of England Test match cricket in the last 4 years, eh?
Good stuff. Cheers, Sam. Thanks for coming on,
Sam.
Cheers, guys.
Sam Allard there at the Oval. Keep you posted after us. It's Max and Charlie here. One more bit, Charlie.
It's been a great show. What a great show.
It's been one of the best radio shows, perhaps of all time.
Of all time.
From all
on
radio.
Button. All on one button.
All on one button. That's all we need. One button. Barry. He's still asleep, I think. Who knows? Anyway, he hasn't barged in. So look, I think it's been a positive. That's a positive for us. Always time for time difference. Alan McCoy's favourite part of the show. I presume, even though it's probably the middle of the night for him, he's listening, and you can too. As we play time difference in just a second.
Ria, I've got to speak to you about England then. Obviously, of course, the result the other day. Really good second half performance. First and foremost, what did you make of the performance? And some people are saying it's the best half of football they've seen England play in years.
Well, what I was really impressed with, there's two things. The turnaround in the second half, and you saw Harry Kane, Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham all come out speaking glowingly about the manager's team talk at half-time. So that's an absolute massive, massive, massive plus, because a manager that's very aggressive, he's punchy, and he ain't going to go out trying to stay in a game. He's going to go out trying to win a game, and if it doesn't happen, he ain't going to be for the want of trying. And the second thing is, he's aggressive substitutions and really decisive substitutions in the second half late on, where normally you see a lot of managers go, we're going to protect this lead. He's saying, no, I've got my foot on their throat and we're going to finish them off. And I love that. And if that's going to be the way we go about this tournament, we're going to have a good time.
I totally agree with you. I said that, actually. Do you think that's the difference between what Southgate would have done and maybe bring on like a Calvin Phillips, a holder, to make sure we didn't lose the game?
Yeah, Southgate and a lot of other managers have done that. And I think that was probably when you're looking back now, it's a great thing having hindsight, but our Achilles heel probably, even though we've got further than any team since '66 in these last couple of tournaments, we still were playing at times, it felt, with the shackles on or the handbrake half up in the critical moments, in the biggest moments for England in these big games. And so with that comes kind of apprehension and a bit of anxiousness when you're watching those games, right? And Benty, you've been in them England squads, yeah? A lot of the guys in them teams, and as a unit, as a team, as well as individuals, we were scared to lose games. And this team in that second half just looked like a team that were just freed up. And that bodes well for us.
To the seat next to Charlie, for there's always time for time difference.
Always.
And here's your host. Let's bring him on. It's Reese the Lock Lock.
All we are saying is give Reese a chance.
Give Reese a chance.
Finally, Reese.
Finally got the thing.
Finally
got music. Hi, how are you doing?
Isn't it?
Good.
Yeah, all right, thanks. Let's get on with this. So let's bring in the scorers. Jeff Peters.
Yes, please.
Jeff Peters here. Jeff Peters is here.
Jeff!
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, that's great bit of music.
My name is Jeff. So, as everybody always tells me, so Charlie, in good form, has won back-to-back time differences against Max, and he's won 5 of the past 6 and leads 11-8 this year in this waste of 15 minutes. Go get it.
So good at it.
Waste of 15 minutes.
Go get it. Can't stop it, Jeff. Right, we start with the first goal, and that is from Wednesday evening's England 4-2 win over Croatia in Group L. But can you tell me what minute did Marcus Rashford seal the win for the Three Lions, Max?
When did Rashford score that goal
seal
for
the win?
4-2? Well, we needed it. It was late, wasn't it? 86.
Charlie?
84.
Is that how it sounded?
Oh. Big laughs from Jeff. Let's hear them.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. It went in.
Saka will take over after a last touch from Rodgers. In he comes from Rashford, keeping his feet and winning the game for England.
Regals, it was 85.
Oh, no, we're not sort of Regals. Not thinking the wrong way. He's went too far back.
So the reason I was laughing is because you were both one either side of it. So it's Max 1, Charlie 1 all.
Yeah, my dad when my dad watches football with me now, he goes, Right, 24th minute. Remember, he's like in absolute dismay that I can't remember the minutes. Anyway, carry on with the quiz.
Our second goal comes last night, early this morning. Scotland 0, Morocco 1 from Group C. But can you tell me 1 minute Ismail Saibari's goal condemned the Scots to defeat
Come on
Charlie?
now, we all know this. This is 70 seconds, which makes it the second minute.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I'm struggling here because I can't do the same. I'll go.
You can.
The 54th. No, I can't. You can't. That's not how the game works.
No.
First minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Graham Diaz has passed his man, chips it in. Oh, it's a fabulous goal. It was played through beautifully, and Ismail Sabari was at the edge of the box.
Amazing finish.
It was a great goal, yeah.
It was the second minute, Charlie.
Oh, well done,
Yeah,
Charlie.
oh, spot on.
0-0.
Yeah, 0-0. Count
No,
as
it's
0-0?
not. It's Max 2, Charlie 1. And it is in the rules. You can go with the same one if you think it is.
Oh, it's 2-1, yeah, because it was level.
I wasn't
it wasn't
behind.
a direct hit.
I wasn't behind.
Oh, so, fine. You weren't behind. I understand. Okay, 2-1. Here we go. God, what time differencing this is. This is time differencing of the highest level. You've never seen anything like it. Here we go.
Goal number
Drink
3
it in.
from Group D. Also, last night, of some description, is USA 2, Australia 0. But can you tell me what minute Cameron Burgess's own goal gave the co-hosts the lead, Max?
I can, Reese. I can tell you that. Would you like me to tell you now?
Les, please.
Les, please.
Yes, please.
Les, please.
Les, please.
Hello, I'm Les, please.
Les, please.
He's a happy guy, Les, please. He's always
Please welcome
he's
my
happy to help.
good old friend, Susan Thank You.
Yeah, Les, please.
We are
always
please
happy
and
to help.
thank you.
11th minute.
Charlie?
The 12th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Into the area. Can he play it across the face of goal?
Good comms.
It's turned in for an
Solid
own goal.
Comms.
Good comms.
It was the 11th minute.
Oh,
Yes.
Max, it's 0-0. It's 0-0.
Well, it would have been 2-2. It's 0-0, so it doesn't make a massive amount of difference. It's all square with 2 to play.
Wow. This is extraordinary. The level of time
Incredible
difference.
time difference again. 0-0 with 2 to play.
I don't think the
I mean,
listeners
guessing
really
goals
appreciate
from
it.
like high-level World Cup matches within the last few days. I mean, this is your guessing is on point from these high-profile World Cup matches in the past day or so, and
Jeff,
England.
You might want to underplay this, and I understand that because I understand that talkSPORT never does sensationalism or hyperbole. We don't do that. That's not what this radio station's about. But I don't think the listeners realise quite what they're hearing at the moment. This is absolute elite time differencing. You won't hear time difference of this level anywhere else on the wireless. Here we
There
go.
we are, 12:54, so only 3 minutes to go now. Let's keep going.
Goal number 4 for Charlie is from Wednesday. Argentina 3, Algeria 0 from Group J. But can you tell me what minute Lionel Messi sealed his hat-trick?
Oh.
74.
Max?
Just trying to remember. It was the put in the bottom corner, sort of classic Messi.
He's a good player, isn't he? Good player.
He is good, yeah.
Has anyone ever said that?
Who's better out of... when was
He's
that?
the
When
joint third best player in the world ever. Messi and Ronaldo. Maradona's number 2 and Jamie Vardy's number 1.
David Graham had a good spell for Torquay in the 90s.
Did he?
Yeah,
I mean, you've got to
player.
see how. You've got to see when John Taylor came back to Cambridge.
Yeah, the thing.
Just good
Alex
sob
Russell
story.
absolutely bossed the midfield.
Wow.
For
I
a
mean,
couple
there's
of
no
years.
dead ball specialist like Alex Russell. God, he could take a
The
free
lack
kick,
of
that
Francis
boy, couldn't
Jeffers
he?
chat here is just disrespectful.
I understand it is disrespectful. Good point, Reece. 71.
Neville Southall was.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Oh, big Nev.
It back for Messi in the day. There's the hat-trick for Lionel Messi.
It was the 76th minute.
Oh, so close.
So close.
So many goals, so many guesses. It's Max 5, Charlie 2. Charlie leads by 3 with 1 to go. Charlie has to guess first on the final
magical
one.
stuff.
Really good.
Okay,
2
here we
down
go,
after
Reece.
4 goals. Amazing.
Top level time differencing, but here's what makes it. From Thursday, Uzbekistan 1, Colombia 3 from Group K. But can you tell me what minute Abasek Fazulayev equalised for Fabio Cannavaro's White Wolves?
What was his name again? Reece?
Abasek.
Yep.
Fazulayev.
Have a sec, ref.
Abasek.
He did a good job there, Reece.
Very good. Thank
so
you, mate.
your guess first, Charlie.
Can you tell me the game again, please?
It was Uzbekistan 1,
Uzbekistan.
Colombia 3 from Group K.
When was that?
Thursday.
Not a clue. No idea. Which number goal was it?
It was the equaliser, so it was Uzbek 1, Colombia 1, but then Colombia went on to score 2 more.
And what number? What minute was it?
Nearly. You know what? I nearly said it. That's the thing. That nearly got me.
44th minute.
Max?
I will say the 40. What did you say?
44th minute. You've got 3 to play with.
48th minute.
Let's hear it sounded.
Big chance here, and the shot goes in, and it's turned in! Uzbekistan has scored their first ever World Cup goal!
It was the 60th minute.
Oh, Max Rushden with the
I
win.
could have showboated.
So Max wins. Max 17, Charlie 18, and this year it's Max 9, Charlie 11. Well done all.
Okay, got to keep on keeping on. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Reece.
No worries.
Thank you, Charlie.
See you tomorrow, Max.
Yeah, let's do the same
Sunday
thing again
warm-up.
tomorrow.
Go get it.
Sunday warm-up, 2 till 5 a.m. if you're in with me in LA, 10 till 1 if you're in the UK, or whatever time it is, wherever you are around the world. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Now, earlier in the show, we asked the all-important question. Who was faster in their pomp? Kyle Walker or Gabiad Bonlahor? Well, talkSPORT's Anil Kandala was at the talkSPORT fan zone at Villa Park last night for England against Croatia, and he put that question to some of the fans in attendance.
It's a tough call, but I'd go for Gabby. He was awesome, and no defender wants anybody with that pace running at them. So I'd go for Gabby. I would.
Quicker than Kyle Walker?
I think so. Yeah, I do. And I'm sure Gabby would agree with me.
Gabby. Well, he used to dart across the field, didn't he? I think he's better than Kyle, to be honest.
Well, we had Kyle on loan for us for many years ago, and he was quick, but Gabby was quicker.
And there you go. It might be a little bit unfair because Gabiad Bonlahor is in that building behind me, but it seems that Gabby's got the vote.
Right, the rest of the world.
He actually spoke to about 100 people who were there, but we only decided to show 3, okay?
I clipped that up for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what, though? When I